captains coming out to the field for the Logansport Berries for the coin toss. It is Jacob Cox, Brandon Goodman, Miles Dungy, and Jackson Crowd are the 4 co-captains for the Logansport Berries. And 9 times out of 10, I end up missing who wins the toss and everything. So I'm going to try to get that done here tonight. As we mentioned, the Pioneer Panthers going up against the Caston Comets and homecoming at the pit. And hopefully we'll be able to pass along score updates from that game as well as the Lewis Cass and Tipton games. So Indianapolis Tech has won the toss, and they want the football. So that shows some confidence, at least for Tech in their offense. They want the ball right away.
And we usually defer, so it'll play right to us.
And you wonder, we talked about Indianapolis Tech a year ago with that spread offense, likes to throw the ball around. Maybe coach and staff wanted to get that offense on the field right away to see how they would fare in these wet conditions.
Yeah, could be.
So we'll have to wait and see. So the Berries will be kicking off, and that will be Juan Perez to handle the kickoff duties. And it was a struggle last Friday night for the Logansport Berries kickoff coverage, but one player that we did not see, at least in the first half last Friday night, Tucker Platt. He is out there on kick coverage for the Berries. And so this will be the first bowl game that they have the services of their senior linebacker, Tucker Platt, and also played some tight end for him last week. So that could be a big factor, having Tucker Platt available all night long tonight.
It's going to be huge, especially as good as our defense has played. You throw him in there at middle linebacker, and that makes that defense that much better.
So we are just about ready to get underway as the big scoreboard clock shows 7:01. So these officials are a minute late, but we will not hold that against him. And Juan Perez set to kick off. 2 men deep for Indianapolis Tech. Looks like Neil Jones is one of the receivers back, and I believe Jalen Allen is the other one. And on line drive kicks, they're pretty deep, fielded at the 5-yard line, and they're going to set up a return to the right. Go the Indianapolis Tech Titans. Makes one man miss across the 20, down to about the 27-yard line. Good tackle across the way by the Berries. I believe that was Oscar Grimaldo on the stop. So Indianapolis Tech will take over first down and 10 at about the 28-yard line. So much better coverage, at least on that first kickoff for the Berries. So the Titans will take over first down and 10 at their own 28-yard line. And the quarterback is Marvea Hill, 5'8" freshman. So you don't see a lot of freshman quarterbacks, especially in the North Central Conference. So this kid appears to see how he handles this Berries defense, which has been pretty good for the most part through the first 3 games. And Tech with that spread offense, 2 receivers out to the right, 1 split out to the left, and 1 set back way back of Hill. Snap, hand off, and not much running room, and tackled almost immediately. Brandon Goodman and Tucker Platt in on the stop. And I believe that was Davion Samuel, the ball carrier. A 1-yard pickup, and that was it. So great first play for this Berries defense.
Yeah, really nice containment by Goody from that left defensive end position.
Give him 1 yard, he being Davion Samuel. Make it 2nd down and 9 for the Titans. Hill in the spread, drops the football. It's a loose ball, and it is going to be recovered by the Berries, and Logansport takes over in Indianapolis Tech territory.
Yeah, we were watching warm-ups earlier, and we saw even the Logansport quarterback kind of fumbling the ball around a little bit because that ball is wet. And there you see Tech ball. That's the loosest we've seen a ball. That went flying to the linebackers of the Logansport defense. So the Berries will take over first down and 10 at the Indianapolis Tech 35-yard line. And we talked that the wet conditions could favor Logansport with Indianapolis Tech with that spread offense and the shotgun formation. Yeah.
Second play from scrimmage, we saw that pay off for the Berries.
Man.
So Logansport takes over. Garrett Barron in at quarterback. Josh Manfred in the fullback position. Play action pass rolling out is Barron. He's got a man open. The pass is overthrown, and that could have been a big play for Logansport had they been able to connect. I believe that was Oscar Grimaldo running free down the near sideline. Overthrown.
I like that play call, being aggressive right out of the gate, and almost pulled it off.
Yep, especially on that quick change after the turnover, trying to catch a team on its heels a little bit. The play was there, unfortunately, for the Berries. They just couldn't make the connection, so it's 2nd down and 10. 11 minutes and 11 seconds to play. Just underway here, quarter number 1. Glad you could spend part of your night with us here on 1230 AM, 94.9 FM, WSAL Logansport. Joe Stetz, Steve Isaacs with the game. Here's a pitch out to the left now to McLaughlin. Makes 1 man miss inside the 30. Still on his feet. He is very close to the first down. We'll have to see where they spot him. I believe the official's going to have him step out of bounds just short of that first down, but a solid gain on second down for McLaughlin. Give him 9 on that play. So to set up third down and a yard for the Berries. Ball spotted at the 26-yard line of Indianapolis Tech.
And we've seen all these running backs run so well here these first few weeks. And not only do they individually run the ball well, but they block really well for each other.
Yep, and that offensive line, which has done a good job throughout the first 3 weeks, continues their solid play to start with. We got an equipment malfunction for one of the Indianapolis Tech Titans, so he is headed to the sideline. He is replaced. That caused this slight delay. The Berries have it third down and a yard from the Tech 26-yard line. And the handoff to McLaughlin around the left side. He's got the first down and more inside the 20. Still on his feet all the way down to the 17-yard line. 9-yard pickup for McLaughlin. So solid couple of plays on the ground for the Berries.
And once again, you see Grimaldo there blowing up that hole right after the offensive line, and Drake so fast just running right behind him.
So McLaughlin, a couple of carries, 18 yards so far in the early going. Logansport has it first down and 10 at the Indianapolis Tech 17-yard line. Clock running, 10:40 to go, quarter number 1. Now the pitch out to the right side to Grimaldo, and he's got some blockers. He's inside the 10, he's inside the 5, and he's in for a touchdown. Oscar Grimaldo, 17-yard touchdown, touchdown number 12 on the season for Oscar Grimaldo. Unbelievable start to this season.
Yeah, just Oscar gets it done in every phase of the game, whether it be from that rushing position, catching balls out of the backfield, playing defense, special teams. He does it all for this Berry squad.
So it took the Berries just 4 plays to cash in following the fumble. They take an early 6-0 lead. And Juan Perez is the last man out on the field, so he's kind of an important man on the point-after squad. He's the kicker. So McLaughlin to hold as Juan Perez is out there and ready to go. The snap is good, but the kick is blocked, I should say. So Logansport will have to settle for just 6 points, but still a pretty good start to this football game for the Berries, getting a turnover and cashing in. It is 6-0 Logansport, 10:32 to go, quarter number 1.
And we've had quite a few starts like this so far, Joe. Once again, the defense looking good out of the gate, and then getting a nice break there. Logansport offense not wasting any time at all, getting in the end zone with some big pickups.
So the Berries did a good job on defense. We thought maybe Indianapolis Tech wanted the ball first to see how they would fare under these conditions, maybe get the offense acclimated to the rain, which looks like has tapered off a little bit, but they're still, the umbrellas are still being deployed here in the stands, so the rain's still falling here in Logan.
And that, regardless of what happens, that wetness is going to be a factor, whether it's, their shotgun or even us getting the snaps, the snaps going for the extra points, all that's going to be a factor tonight.
So we'll see which team can best handle these wet conditions here at Logansport Memorial Hospital Stadium. In the first minute and a half, the Logansport Berries are faring better, at least to start with. They lead 6-0, 10:32 to go. And now a couple players back, and there's a number 10 on Indianapolis Tech, and the program does not list a number 10, so we will not be able to give him the credit that he is due. Here's Perez with a kick, another line drive kick. Good foot this time. It's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. So Juan Perez doing a good job on those first 2 kickoffs. We saw the high kicks early in the season. He's gone to more of a line drive with great success so far tonight. Yeah,
he just continues to mature every week, and it helps when you got a good kicker.
Oh, yeah. So Indianapolis Tech will have to start first down and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They ran just 2 plays from scrimmage on their initial possession. That drive ended with a fumble, which led to a Logansport touchdown. Point after was no good. The Berries lead 6-0. Davion Samuel, single setback behind freshman quarterback Marvea Hill, 5'8", 170-pound freshman for the Titans. A high snap. It's going to go into the hands, though, of the running back, and Samuel's got some run across the 30, and he may go 40, 45, midfield into Logansport territory, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, 80-yard touchdown run from Davion Samuel on a broken play. And sometimes, how often do you see that broken play? Sometimes we got a flag down way back at the 35-yard line, so hold on to everything. As it stands, it's an 80-yard touchdown run. And I believe we're going to get, is it a sideline warning? I think Indianapolis Tech may have gotten onto the field as they were excited following that, during that big run. So I think this is just going to be a sideline warning, which it is. So the play will stand an 80-yard touchdown run from Davion Samuel. And just like that, we are tied at 6.
And we saw the quarterback bobble the ball. We thought there might be another turnover. And then the running back catches it, and it's off to the races.
A great athletic move that time by Marbella Hills. That snap was way over his head. He was able to get up with one hand and at least deflect it, and it went right into the hands of Samuel, and he went to the races. 80-yard touchdown run. It is 6-all, and Indianapolis Tech will go 4-2. Davion Samuel's like, man, I just ran 80 yards. I'm tired, but he's back out there in the backfield, so we'll see. As there are 3 receivers out and out of the right side for Indianapolis Tech. Hill under center, back to pass. He's under heavy pressure. The pass is up for grabs, and it is intercepted by Grimaldo, and the play is dead as soon as the defense stops it. But great job that time from Tucker Platt coming in on the blitz. Forced Hill to throw it before he wanted to, and the pass was intercepted.
Yeah, we talked about how big Platt is for this Berry's defense. Just gives them, one more player that can do that type of thing, and that keeps the score tied at 6.
With 10 minutes and 17 seconds to play in the first quarter, Logansport and Indianapolis Tech, as Steve Isaacs mentioned, tied at 6. We thought the weather might impact the scoring a little bit, maybe keep it down, but boy, 2 touchdowns in less than 2 minutes, so we might have lots of points tonight.
Yeah, more than we expected.
Absolutely. So the Berries got to shake that off. Unfortunately, bad things happen on the game of football, as you know. You just got to get on to the next play. So we'll see how the Berries regroup. They did a great job on that first possession as they dominated the line of scrimmage. And maybe that's going to be their approach on this drive. They'll just pound away, continue to dominate the line of scrimmage, which we did on that first drive.
And he's so fast. I mean, that really took everybody by surprise by the time they realized what had happened. He was already past the defense and too fast to stop at that point. And
he outran Oscar Grimaldo. And if you can outrun Grimaldo, you're doing something.
Yeah.
So 3 receivers back to field this kickoff for the Berries. Skylar Trujillo, Juan Alvarado, and Oscar Grimaldo. Grimaldo in the center of that formation. And looks like Nick, who's handling the kickoff duties, I believe that's Joshua Morrow. Handling the 6'1", 223-pounder, and it is Joshua Morrow, a high end-over-end kick. We're going to get a flag on the play. I believe Indianapolis Tech was offside on that kickoff, and you can see some of these up receivers on the end of the formation were good 5 yards past the line of scrimmage. As Jim Buck-Bender said, way offside. I overheard him say that. So a mark off of 5 yards for the Titans. They'll have to re-kick from the 35-yard line. It was a very short kick, so the Berries up backs got to be on high alert to field this kickoff. The Berries, if they field it cleanly, should get good starting field position. As the second tier of that Berries return team is set up about the 40-yard line, so they should get excellent starting field position in a 6-6 tie with 10 minutes and 17 seconds to play here in quarter number 1. And Joshua Morrow set to put his big right foot into this one. See what the Berries can do to try and counteract that 80-yard touchdown run by Indianapolis Tech. Here's a kickoff. Another short kick is going to be fielded by McLaughlin. Goes off his knee. He picks it up, and he's going to fall on it right there at the 39-yard line. So that could have been disaster for the Berries. But McLaughlin is able to recover his own fumble, and Logansport with good starting field position.
And there's not a lot of times that kickoff goes into that second row, and that's a wet football too. But nice job by Drake to just get a hold of the ball and good field position to start with here.
Yep, I think he took his eye off the ball ever so slightly.
Yeah.
He was probably worried about that coverage team coming down. As like you mentioned, that was not very far from where the ball was kicked. But good starting field position for Logansport. First down and 10 at their own 39-yard line. We are tied at 6 with 10 minutes and 11 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Now McLaughlin in motion. Handoff to Josh Manfred up the middle. Across the 40. Fights his way to about the 43-yard line before he's finally brought down. But a solid gain of 4 yards on first down for Josh Manfred, making it second down and 6. Garrett Barron comes to the sideline, and Evan Vizcarra gets the play call from Coach Johnson. We'll see what they dial up here on second down and 6. As Josh Manfred touched the ball for the first time in this contest, getting 4 yards on first down. Good gain for Logansport.
Yeah.
Second down and 6. With Manfred in at fullback, Grimaldo and McLaughlin in the wingback positions. Behind quarterback Evan Vizcarra. Vizcarra calls out the signals. Hands off to McLaughlin around the left side. Breaking a tackle across the 45. Falls forward to about the 47-yard line. Another 4-yard pickup for Logansport. So a very manageable third down situation for the Berries. Make it third down and 2. Ball spotted at their own 47-yard line as we approach 9 minutes and 10 seconds to play first quarter in a 6-all tie here in week 4 of the high school football season in Indiana. on a cool and rainy Friday night here in Logansport, but much better than the oppressive heat and humidity we had earlier in the week here in north central Indiana. Garrett Barron back in at quarterback for the Berries on a key third down spot, and the Berries jumped offside. Again, Steve, the inopportune penalties came at the worst possible times last Friday night, and here it rears his ugly head here on a key third down. And as you know, Coach, 3rd and 2 and 3rd and 7 are a whole lot different.
And as well as they're moving the ball, too. You just don't want to shoot yourself in the foot. You know, now you put yourself in a bad spot. And, man, we really got to limit the mistakes tonight.
So the 5-yard mark-off takes it back to the 42-yard line. So 3rd and 2 is now 3rd and 7. So we'll see the Berries did try a pass on their first play from scrimmage. Grimaldi was wide open. They could not make a connection between him and Barron. We'll see what the Berries draw up here on 3rd and 7. As Jacob Cox shifts over to the right tight end position for the Berries. Grimaldo in motion to the right. Barron rolls out to his right under heavy pressure. The pass is, I believe it is caught. Now they're going to say it is incomplete. Jacob Cox says he caught it. The official says it hit the ground. I'm not sure. It looked like a clean catch from here. Not a lot of argument from the Berries coaching staff before I looked like he had it. And that will bring up the punting situation for the Berries.
Man, I thought that was a heck of a catch. Seriously.
I did too. And Jacob Cox asked right away that he tried to sell it at least. But an incomplete pass, so a key penalty on 3rd and 2 will result in the Berries being forced to punt. Jacob Cox to punt this ball away for the Berries. Snap is good. The kick off the side of his foot a little bit, but kicks it away from the return man and is going to take a Logansport bounce. Fielded by one of the return men across the 30, and he's brought down right at the 32-yard line. Keyshawn James with a good return and a pretty good punt from Jacob Cox. And so Indianapolis Tech will take over 1st and 10 inside their own 35-yard line. We'll see exactly where they spot the football. Looks like they'll spot it at about the 33-yard line. That's where Tech will start 1st and 10.
And a really nice job, Hunter McBride and Tucker Platt getting down there to tackle him.
So the Berries, the last time their defense was on the field, they gave up an 80-yard touchdown run to Davion Samuel. Samuel is in at left halfback position with Marvea Hill, freshman quarterback, in the shotgun. Another high snap. Hill will keep it himself, runs around the left side, and we're going to get a flag on the play, as I believe we got some holding going on. Elijah Miller and Brandon Goodman were locked up at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
And I believe there was a holding penalty, wiping out a pretty good game for Indianapolis Tech.
I think we had about 20 officials out here in front of us making that call.
And a couple of the coaches and a couple of the players on the sideline as well saw that one. So it's going to be a big mark-off, as that was behind the line of scrimmage. Brandon Goodman is like, yep, that's where it was. So he's helping out the official mark off that one. So this penalty is going to push him all the way back inside the 20-yard line, back to the 19-yard line. So that is a huge, huge loss. And that will set up 1st down and very long. 1st and about 25, they say. 1st down and 25. So in essence, a 15-yard penalty, as it was a spot of the infraction foul marked off from the 29 back to the 19. So we'll see the Titans more than likely throw the ball here on this possession. The handoff instead to Samuels around the right side. He's got some blockers across the 20, across the 25-yard line. He is brought out of bounds, knocked out of bounds short of the 30-yard line. But Indianapolis Tech's offensive line did a pretty good job that time.
And he's just doing a great job of following his blocks, and just has enough speed and elusiveness to really hard to tackle back there.
He got 8 yards on that carry, so a good play on 1st down for Indianapolis Tech. 2nd down and about 16, so they got 8 of the yards they needed. We'll see what the coaching staff draws up. The clock stopped on the player being knocked out of bounds. 7:48 to go, 1st quarter, in a 6-6 tie. Hill in the shotgun formation, high snap, back to pass. He's got a man open. The pass is complete to Romello McGee. He steps out of bounds across the 30 at about the 32-yard line. So a short gain for Indianapolis Tech. So they've got 3rd and long, about 3rd down, and we'll call it 3rd and 11. Ball spotted just across the Logansport 32-yard line. Or excuse me, the Tech 32-yard line. And again, the clock stopped on the receiver being knocked out of bounds with 7:41 to go. Here's a big play here early in this contest. 3rd and 11 for the Titans. They've got 3 receivers now split out to the right in a bunch formation. 1 receiver split out to the left. And Hill in the shotgun formation. High snap. He's able to come up with it. Pass is caught in the flat. Breaking one tackle across the 30, across the 35-yard line. Still on his feet. He is finally brought down just short of the first down. Elijah Chitu on the catch. And a nice run after the catch. And I think Indianapolis Tech is in a position where they'll be able to go for it here. Fourth down and a couple yards to go.
They're starting to move the ball pretty well here.
They sure are. It looks like the Berries were in position to make the tackle, but credit Chitu for making a couple of men miss and then finishing the run. So fourth down and about 3 for Indianapolis Tech. And at this rate, with the incomplete passes and the players get knocked out of bounds, we might be here till Saturday, because this first quarter's taken a long time. Still 7:32 to go and a 6-all tie. Here's a big fourth down for Indianapolis Tech. He'll take the handoff, fakes to Samuel, rolls out to his left. He's got some running room, and he slips and falls on the wet turf. And I believe he's going to be brought down short. And here's the side judge from spotted where his knee went down about the 42-yard line. And that's a tough break for the Titans, because he had an easy first down if he doesn't lose his footing.
And once again, this wet field is being a factor, as Tech probably has the first down there.
Oh, easily.
But the water stopped him.
Yep, so the Berries will take over on downs. 1st and 10 at the Indianapolis Tech 42-yard line. This is the second time the Berries have started a drive in Titan territory. The first time it happened, they scored on a 17-yard touchdown run from Oscar Grimaldo. So we'll see what the Berries can come up with. 1st and 10 at the Tech 42-yard line. 7:26 to go here in the first. Now Jacob Cox moves out to the split end position on the right side. Oscar Grimaldo in motion, and we got, I believe, more movement by the Berries right side of that offensive line, I believe. Have to sort this out. And it is a false start on Logansport, and another big penalty. Just as mentioned, Steve, can't keep shooting yourself in the foot. I know it's only 5 yards, but that just totally affects the entire series of downs.
And really, we're moving the ball pretty well, but this keeps slowing us down.
So the ball will be moved back to the 47-yard line. Make it 1st and 15, the second consecutive drive. The Berries have had a false start penalty. First time it cost them dearly is that they were not able to complete a first down or convert a first down. We'll see if they can do that on this series of downs. 1st and 15 from the Titans' 47-yard line. Now inside handoff to Josh Manford. Breaks the tackle, still on his feet. As he is close to the 40-yard line, he would not be denied. Give him 6 yards on that carry.
It took about 5 Titans to take him down.
So a good run that time from Manford. Give him 6 yards on that carry. 2nd down. Actually give him 5 yards as they spotted at the 42-yard line. 2nd down and 10 for the Berries. 6:55 to go, first quarter. Logansport 6, Indianapolis Tech 6. Berries starting this drive in Indianapolis Tech territory, trying to overcome a false start penalty. Here's 2nd down and 10. Now a handoff to Grimaldo. He's got some running room inside the 35. Breaks the tackle. He is close to the 30-yard line, and I believe he will have the first down. Good hard run that time from Oscar Grimaldo. And he was able to finish that run and get that first down for the Berries.
And just did a great job of finding the holes there, even though the defense was up on him. And another nice run by Grimaldo.
11-yard pickup for Grimaldo. Ball spotted at the 31-yard line of Indianapolis Tech. 1st down and 10. The Berries driving, looking to regain the lead here. Handoff to Grimaldo on the right side. He's got some running room inside the 20, inside the 15, inside the 10. He is spun down about the 8-yard line. Tackled by Jalen Young, but not before Grimaldo gets all the way down. They'll mark him right at the 8-yard line. A big gain of 23 yards for Grimaldo. He continues his solid play for the Berries this season.
And his yards per carry tonight is through the roof.
So Garrett Barron gets the play call from Coach Johnson as we are approaching the midway point of this first quarter. And a 6-all tie. 1st and goal for the Berries at the 7-yard line. Handoff to Manfred. He is hit immediately, but he is able to break through that tackle inside the 5. Close to about the 2-yard line. Good hard run that time from Josh Manfred. He got those yards all on his own as he was met right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it didn't look like there was anywhere to go, and he made a hole.
6-yard pickup on 1st and goal for Manfred. 2nd down and goal for the Berries. They have it at the Indianapolis Tech 2-yard line. Now Evan Vizcarra bringing in the play call from Coach Johnson. And we'll see what the Berries come up with here on this 2nd down and goal. Vizcarra under center. Handoff to Grimaldo. Grimaldo is going to be stopped, I believe, short of the goal line. Looked like he was going to be able to get in, but credit Indianapolis Tech for closing that hole. Grimaldo's only able to get a yard on third and second and goal, bringing up third down and goal for the Berries at the 1.
Yeah, they picked the right guy to give it to. Grimaldo's really got a nose for the end zone, and the first time Tech's been able to stop him tonight.
Garrett Barron replacing Evan Vizcarra brings in the play call from Coach Johnson. Third down and a goal. We'll see what the coaching staff draws up. The clock runs down to 4:43 to go, and I believe we're going to get a timeout taken. We got an official's timeout. I'm not sure why. And now they're going to ask to reset the. They gave the indication reset the play clock, which they do. Goes from 25 to 40. So we're ready to go. The clock restarts. Third down and goal for the Berries. Grimaldo in motion. He'll get the handoff around the right side. It looks like he slipped on that wet turf, and he's going to be brought down for a lost. Ball comes out, but I believe the whistle had been blown as forward progress was stopped. So a loss back to the 3-yard line. So this is a big call for the Berries. I think they have to go for it in this position.
Man, once again, the field conditions being a factor here as the Logansport student section cheering on the Berries here.
Yep.
This is big.
Yep, no hesitation from Coach Johnson. Does not send out the field goal unit. Sends out Vizcarra. Fourth and goal from the 3-yard line.
Got a timeout.
We got a penalty against Indianapolis Tech. I believe is that an illegal substitution.
Oh, sweet.
Which I think would so that brings it. It's an illegal substitution. A different signal than the sideline warning which we had earlier. So that's going to be half the distance to the goal. So they mark it off to just outside the 1-yard line. So we'll see the Berries getting a yard and a half closer here. Brandon Goodman shifts over to the left tight end spot. Jacob Cox flanked out to the left split end position. Pitch left to McLaughlin. McLaughlin is going to get into the end zone for a touchdown. 2-yard touchdown run from Drake McLaughlin. And thank goodness for that penalty, Steve, because I don't think he would have made it from 3 yards out.
Yeah, I was a little worried, but we saw the tight end shift over there, did some nice blocking, and Drake just able to get in.
So Drake McLaughlin, a 2-yard touchdown run, and the Berries on top, 12-6. It looks like Coach Johnson is going to, if he's going to go for 2, can't tell if Juan Perez is out there. Nope, the offense remains out there, so he's going to try and get that point back that they lost on that mixed extra point. And wonder if the wet conditions factored into this decision for Coach Johnson.
Yeah.
Hard for those kickers to get a good footing. I mean, this field turf is awesome and it drains the water, but still, it's wet out there. We've seen a number of players slip throughout the early going.
This is a good idea.
So the Berries going for 2 in a 12-6 game. Barron rolls out to his right. Got a man open, and the pass is incomplete. Good defense that time. Covered well by Tyreek Harris. Jacob Cox was open, but Harris badly outside. He's only 5'3", but he leaped up and got that pass knocked away. Point is no good, so the Berries 0 for 2 in extra points, but they still lead 12-6 with 3:51 to go here in this first quarter.
Hey, I like the play call. Once again, almost had it, and this Berries passing attack looks pretty good. They haven't used it a ton, but when they have it, it looks good.
So now the Berries special teams have been pretty good so far tonight, especially in that kicking game. Juan Perez has kicked the ball well so far twice. The last one resulting in a touchback, but he has changed his approach a little bit, going more of a line drive than the high kicks which we saw through the first 3 weeks. So he's added some distance and resulted in a touchback. So we will see what this Berry special team can come up with, leading 12-6 with 3 minutes and 51 seconds to play in quarter number 1. Berries on top, 12-6. And 2 men back deep to receive it. Again, number 10, who I've not, I wonder if maybe that's Derek Ball, number 11. We have not seen, we saw Derek Ball last year, and he's listed as number 11 in the program, so I think that might be Derek Ball wearing number 10 tonight for the Titans. Now Perez, another line drive kick. Ball fields it at the 6-yard line. They're going to set up a return to the right. He's got a head of steam, and he's got some running across the 30, across the 40, still on his feet, across the 45, finally thrown down near midfield. But a good run that time from Derek Ball, as he did not hesitate at all. Once he got his hands on the football, he set up a return to the right, and credit that wedge for opening up a big gap on that far side.
Yeah, we didn't see any defense close to him there, and he was flying down the sideline. Thankfully, they finally cut him off around the 45-yard line, but that could have been dangerous.
So Indianapolis Tech's best starting field position of the night. They have it at their own 46-yard line. First down and 10 with 3 minutes and 42 seconds to play first quarter. Logansport on top 12-6. Now we have 2 men in the backfield alongside quarterback Marbella Hill for the first time tonight. And jumping offside is the Logansport defense. And again, another costly penalty for the Berries. Their third here in the first quarter. And that looked like Donnie Cardona. And Donnie's been itching for some action after missing last week. And got a little excited and jumped offside. So 1st and 5 for Indianapolis Tech, and they have it in Logansport territory at the Berries' 49-yard line. Hill in the shotgun. High snap, but he's able to come up with it. Pass is a diving catch. Nope, incomplete. Herbert Chapman had it initially, but he was led too much and couldn't come up with the catch. So the pass falls incomplete. 2nd down and 5.
And Tech, we talked about it in the pregame. They do like to throw the ball around, and the rain hasn't really slowed them down. They keep throwing it around.
And that's a long run for Donnie Cardona over the sideline to talk to Coach Gomer, who's asking him about that offside penalty. 2nd down and 5 for Indianapolis Tech. Have it at the Berries' 49-yard line. High snap goes through the hands of Hill. He comes up with it, and he's going to be brought down for a loss on the sack by Jacob Cox all the way back to the 40-yard line. And Hill is slow to get up, but he's able to get up. But a big loss of 11 back to the 40-yard line is going to set up 3rd down and long, 3rd and 16 for the Titans.
I'll tell you, a lot of times they snap it back to the quarterback, and he seems to be bobbling it. And once again, it gets a little bit loose, and Logansport able to make a big sack.
We are approaching 3 minutes to play here in the first quarter. The Berries on top 12-6. Indianapolis Tech now with 3 receivers split out to the left. Chapman split out wide to the right with Samuel in the backfield alongside Hill. Hill back to pass. He's got a receiver in the flat. It is caught by Samuel. Makes a nice move to the outside across the 40, across the 45, and we're going to get we got a flag on the play. One of the Titans blockers, perhaps.
Yep.
But that's going to set up 4th down and long. We'll see what Coach Johnson wants to do. That would be a big mark-off from the spot of the foul.
Yeah,
maybe
sure
Coach
would.
Johnson has some faith in his defense. Maybe try to gain some yardage in the field position game. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, we had 2 guys in position there. Weren't quite able to make the tackle. Then one of them got hit with a pretty hard block, and I think that's what the penalty is going to be on.
The officials, a long discussion. I'm not sure what needs to be discussed. You threw the flag. You saw the play. You threw the flag. So we're going to get the illegal block on Indianapolis Tech. There's a spot foul, so I believe the Berries are going to take the penalty, I think. They're standing at the 41-yard line. We'll have to wait and see. So that will mark it. Coach Johnson, it looks like he's pointing in the direction, so he's indeed going to try to play the field position game and get his offense some extra yardage, showing great faith in his defense. And this will be 3rd down and a lot. 3rd and about 20, 3rd and 27 if the ball is spotted at the 31, which I think the foul was at the 41. And like I said, it's going to be at the 31-yard line. Yep, so 4th and 25. They need to get to the 44-yard line of Logansport to keep this drive alive. 3rd down and 25. Again, 3 receivers out to the right for Indianapolis Tech. Derek Ball split out wide to the left. Davion Samuel, the lone setback, alongside Marbella Hill on 3rd and 25. Snap is good. Pass is complete. We got across the 40, across the 45, into the open field, and he may gone 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Elijah Chitu. 69-yard touchdown, and it is tied at 12. And Indianapolis Tech may have gotten away with some offensive pass interference because it looked like the receiver threw a block before that pass was completed. But the officials didn't call it, and it's 12-12.
And Romello McGee threw a massive block there, and that sprung him for a long run. And just like that, Tech's back in the game.
So 2 huge plays for Indianapolis Tech. An 80-yard touchdown run from Davion Samuel. A 69-yard touchdown pass to Elijah Chitu. So the Berries, I think, have had the better play so far through the first quarter, but they've given up 2 big plays, and we are tied at 12.
Yeah, other than that, the defense has looked really solid.
Yep, they have. So Tech will go for 2. And they've elected to spot the ball on the left hash mark. And now, like I said, they will move it to the middle of the field. I guess Tech did not want it on that hash mark. They elect to have it spotted right in the middle of the field with 2:17 to go and a 12-12 tie. 3 receivers out to the right, 1 receiver split out to the left for Indianapolis Tech. And Davion Samuel, the lone setback with Hill. High snap, but Hill's able to come up with it. Pass is behind the receiver and incomplete. As ball was open, the pass thrown behind him, and the pass falls incomplete. So neither team able to convert via the extra point so far in a 12-12 tie with 2:17 to go here first quarter.
I mean, I tell you what, Logansport, they've looked good, but like you said, gave up a couple of big plays, and then they've had some penalties that have hurt them on offense too. But if Logansport can clean those things up, they could really pull away from Tech.
Yep, we saw a couple big plays last week against Harrison, which really hurt the Berries, especially in that first half. It's hurt them so far tonight, but 12-12 with 2:17 to go. Logansport will have a chance, and now they've got to be on the lookout for that short kick, which they got on the first time. I'm sure, hopefully it will not catch them off guard like it may have that first drive.
Yeah.
Morrow kicked it over to the left side of the Berries return game. Drake McLaughlin is back at about the 30-yard line now. He moves up a little bit as he recalls how short that kick was the last time from Morrow. So we'll see what the Berries can do to answer this Indianapolis Tech latest touchdown, tied at 12 with 2:17 to go here in the first quarter. And Morrow waits for the go-ahead from the officials, which he does. So Morrow will kick. Another high and short kick. Again, McLaughlin will field it, this time at the 22-yard line, across the 30 to about the 33-yard line, maybe the 34. So McLaughlin took a step back initially, but did that to allow his blockers to set up, and a pretty good return and decent starting field position for the Berries.
Yeah, especially considering where he got it, how quick the defense got there. Did well with that.
Logansport has it. First down and 10 at their own 34-yard line in a 12-all tie here in the first quarter. 2 minutes and 11 seconds to go. As the rain continues to fall ever so lightly here at Logansport Memorial Hospital Stadium. McLaughlin in motion to the left, and now we got another flag on the play and another illegal procedure penalty on the Berries, and this is getting old, quite frankly, partner.
I was getting ready to say that before they snapped the ball. Like, you got to limit penalties right here, and once again, Logansport just shooting themselves in the foot.
Coach Johnson, I don't think he agreed with the call, but the assistant coaches to our right here from Indianapolis Tech, they saw it. I thought I saw the Berries move a little bit prematurely. Coach Johnson disagrees, but unfortunately the call goes against the Berries. First down and 15. Ball moved back to their own 29-yard line as the Berries continue to hurt themselves with some penalties, some unforced errors. Now Grimaldo in motion to the right, gets the pitch to the right, across the 30. He is going to be stopped just short of the 35-yard line. Looks like the ball will be brought back. No, now the side judge here right in front of us has given him forward progress out to the 35, so Grimaldo must have gotten the football out there. So a 6-yard pickup on first down, make it second down and 9 following that penalty.
And that's the thing, they're getting good chunks of yards for the most part, but penalties just killing them right now.
Yep, as are the big plays. An 80-yard touchdown run from Davion Samuel and a 69-yard pass from Hill to Chitu. So 2 big plays and 2 touchdowns for the Titans. The Berries with a couple of solid drives to get their 2 scores. McLaughlin now in motion to the left. Now counter handoff to Grimaldo across the 40. Ball pops free. It's up for grabs. And the Indianapolis Tech, I believe, will fall on it. And it will be first down following the turnover. Indianapolis Tech. Keyshawn James comes up with the recovery. Oscar Grimaldo had the first down, but unfortunately, right at the end of the play, the ball got knocked up free. And the turnovers and the mistakes continue to pile up here for Logansport in this first quarter.
And once again, the field conditions, the wetness being a factor, as Grimaldo was making a really nice run there, but that slick football got away from him, and this time Tech able to recover.
So the Titans offense back on the field. First down and 10 at their own 48-yard line. 3 receivers out to the right. There's ball split out wide to the left for the Titans. High snap. Ball handed off to Salmon. He's got a huge hole into Logansport territory, inside the 40, inside the 30. Still on his feet. He's going to finally be run out of bounds, close to the 20-yard line. A huge hole. Great job by that left side of the offensive line, as Samuel had nobody in front of him, and gave a nice gain. And Indianapolis Tech starting to, at least on that drive, on that play, flexing its muscles offensively.
Yeah, their backs are so fast and elusive, and once again, once they're able to get past, our line and our linebackers, we have a really hard time stopping them.
Ball is at the 23-yard line. Following that 29-yard gain. Handoff to Samuels again, and this time he goes nowhere. He's brought down for a loss as Brandon Goodman and Drake McLaughlin hit on the stop. Loss of 2 back to the 25, and the Berries defense needed that play.
Yeah, they did a really nice containment there by Goody, as he read that one like a book and made a really nice solid tackle.
Clock running. We're down to 51 seconds to play. First quarter. Indianapolis Tech 12, Logansport 12. The Titans have it 2nd down and 12 at the Logansport 25-yard line. High snap. Hill back to pass. The pass is going to be caught by Chateau. The ball comes free, and they're going to say incomplete. Nice job that time. I believe that was Juan Alvarado in to break up that play. Nice tackle over there by Juan Alvarado.
We were hoping that might be another fumble, but ended up calling it incomplete.
So 3rd down and long for the Titans. 3rd down and 12, and we've seen Indianapolis Tech not even attempt an extra point so far, so you would assume this is 4-down territory. So the Titans with 2 plays to try and come up with these 12 yards that they need. 3rd down and 12 at the Logansport 25-yard line. Clock stop following the incomplete pass. 36.2 seconds to play. As Hill looks over to the sideline to get the call, and play clock running down. The Titans going to have to hurry and get this ball snapped. And they do get a snap. Hill pass to Ball is complete in the flat. Ball inside the 20. Ball is loose.
We got it.
Logansport comes up with it. And Logansport has the football.
Nice.
And Skylar Trujillo didn't get the better of that exchange, but the ball came free, and Logansport gets it back on the turnover.
Yeah, Skylar got creamed there at the cornerback position, but thankfully it was just enough to knock the ball loose, and Logansport defense recovers.
So the Logansport Berries with a key defensive stop. Following the turnover, they'll take over 1st down and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And the clock did not even run on that play. It still shows 36.2 seconds. So this first quarter is taking long enough. We don't need any extra help with that. So it's going to be a late night here at Logansport Memorial Hospital Stadium. I just have a feeling. 1st down and 10 for the Berries. Grimaldo now gets the handoff around the right side. He is close to the 25-yard line. Forward progress will mark him just shy of the 25. And that might be the final play of our first quarter. So, interesting and entertaining first quarter, to say the least.
It has, and the rain has played a huge factor in this game so far.
Yep, and we got an Indianapolis Tech player injured, and he is slow to get up. And the training staff from Indianapolis Tech and from Logansport attend to the injured player. I believe that's DeHaven Butts. If I think that's number 2. So hopefully not too serious, as he has not been able to get up here with 14.2 seconds to go. Logansport at 2-1. Indianapolis Tech at 1-2. The Berries 0-1 in the North Central Conference. The Titans are 1-0 following that big 32-7 victory over Richmond last week, and the injured player is indeed DeHaven Butts. He's up sitting down right now, and hopefully the injury is not too severe. Looks like maybe like favoring a stinger. Maybe looks like he's favoring that left shoulder a little bit as they get him off the field, and that looks to be the case. So maybe nothing more than a stinger, and those definitely hurt. But Butts is going to have to be helped off the field, but he is able to get off under his own power. So definitely a good sign for the Titans with 14.2 seconds to play in the first quarter. Logansport 12 and Indianapolis Tech 12. Now the clock will restart, and the Berries will be content to allow the remaining time of this first quarter to run off the clock. So that will do it at the end of 1 quarter of play here at Logansport Memorial Hospital Stadium. It's the Berries 12 and Indianapolis Tech 12. There's more coming up live from Logansport.
It's the end of the first quarter, and this is Berries football on WSAL. We'll get back to the game after these messages.
Logansport Savings Bank, we're leading the way.
Hi, this is Joshua at Logansport Savings Bank, and we're leading the way in growing our community. With the right team, you can accomplish your desired goals. Bank with us and join our team in impacting our community. Contact us at 722-3855 or at logansportsavings.com. Good luck to all of our local athletes.
Direct Maytag in Logansport is your home for Maytag and Whirlpool appliances. We're bringing expanded color, finish, and handle options to our lineup of appliances, so you can find the Whirlpool model with the right features for your family and the right look for your home. At Direct Maytag in Logansport, supporting Barry's athletics on WSAL. WSAL coverage of Logansport Berries football continues as we are about to start the second quarter of the game. Here's Joe Stetz and Steve Isaacs.
Thank you very much. Omaha Hospital Stadium is the place. 12-12, Logansport and Indianapolis Tech. In an exciting and entertaining first quarter, lots of action. As you mentioned, the weather and the field conditions have played a big role in that first 12 minutes.
Yeah, this is probably the most fumbles we've seen in a game all season, all in the first quarter, as both teams really having a hard time holding on to that football. As you can see now, the rain is really coming down.
Yes, it is. So 2nd down and 5 for the Berries. Handoff to Manfred, who broke the initial surge, but could not get much more than a yard. He'll fall forward to the 26-yard line. He'll set up 3rd down and 4. 3rd and 4 for the Berries. And you know, yeah, the rain is raining just a little bit harder. And, oh yeah, you can really see it coming down now. So, but nothing else than some showers.
And this really, in my opinion, favors Logansport. Tech is in that shotgun formation and has really had a hard time holding on to it.
Yep, they've had some bad snaps as well. So now counter handoff to McLaughlin. He had a little bit of running room initially, but that hole was closed in a hurry. Good defense that time by Indianapolis Tech. Just getting back to the line of scrimmage was Drake McLaughlin. And that will set up, I believe, a punting situation for the Berries, as Keyshawn James is back to receive this punt for Indianapolis Tech.
And Cox did have a pretty good kick last time.
Yes, he
so
sure did.
Both teams have had some trouble kicking the football with these conditions, but Cox made a nice one.
Jalen Allen also back to receive this kick, but the rain is falling much harder than Jacob's first effort at the punt, so we'll have to wait and see. Snap is a little bit low, but Cox is able to come up with it and puts a good foot into it, a high kick. A little bit short, but it's going to take a Berry roll, bounces off one of the Berry upbacks. Too bad, because that probably cost them 5 or 10 yards of field position. Unfortunately, Oscar Grimaldo did not see where the ball was, so the ball will be spotted right at the midfield stripe. But that could have been disastrous. That was a very low snap in this wet field. That could have been bad.
All things considered, we'll take it there. And what he just call?
I did not hear. Looks like the ball going to be spotted right at the midfield stripe for Tech. And unfortunately for the Berries, Grimaldo didn't see that one, and it would have taken a nice Berry roll on this wet field turf, but unfortunately it's spotted right at midfield. 1st down and 10 for the Titans. 10:39 to go, first half. Tied at 12. Week 4 of the high school football season here in Indiana, as the rain continues to fall here at Logansport Memorial Hospital Stadium. From the shotgun is Hill. Will hand off to Samuels, and he is hit behind the line of scrimmage and for a loss. Big tackle that time by Braden Geyer. Nice play that time from Geyer, and he stood up Samuels, and a big loss. And I guess they gave him forward progress. I don't think he got that far, but the Titans will take it. A loss of 1 according to the officials.
Yeah, Braden, a kid who's really been stepping up here in his junior season, been getting a lot more time on that line, and there he is making the best of it.
Now the Titans with 2 receivers to the left, 2 split out to the right. Davion Samuel, a single setback in the backfield with quarterback Marvea Hill. 2nd down and 11 for the Titans. Hill back to pass. Pass is in the flat and is almost intercepted, and that could have been to the house. It looked like Skylar Trujillo, or is that Juan Alvarado? Juan Alvarado timed it perfectly, had it in his hands, but maybe that's why he's a defensive back and not a receiver.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if Juan would have caught that one, it would have been pay dirt, because he's a very quick athlete.
Yep, I might have been able to get it in from there, because there was nobody in front of Alvarado. If he could have hauled that one in, that would have been pay dirt, but unfortunately it goes through his fingertips and sets up 3rd down and long for the Titans. 3rd and 11. They have it at the Logansport at their own 49-yard line. 3 receivers split out to the left. Chapman split out wide to the right for the Titans. Good snap this time to Hill. Back to pass, and the pass is underthrown as Jacob Cox did a good job getting in. I believe he deflected it. Yep, Jacob Cox got his right hand on that one. So the pass falls incomplete. Great job from Cox, fighting through that couple of blockers.
Man, Cox getting it done everywhere. From that defensive end position, playing tight end on offense, punting, doing it all tonight.
Yep. And he had a word or two with the Titans as they stepped off the field. I'm sure it was a nice block, Mr. Offensive Lineman. I'm sure they said nice deflection, Mr. Cox, on that play. So 4th down, punting situation for Indianapolis Tech. And the big fella, Joshua Morrow, 6'1", 223-pound junior. With Grimaldo, the lone safety, set to return this one. He's standing at about a 17-yard line. And this long first half will continue a little bit longer with a timeout called by Indianapolis Tech. And maybe not a bad time for the Titans to call a timeout, their first punting situation of the night. The rain, as you mentioned, is falling a little bit harder. You can't take these timeouts with you to the second half. I think a good decision by the coaching staff just to make sure you're doing this right.
And as good as Logansport's moving the ball, you don't want to give them any better field position than they've had. Hey, check out this score here, Joe. Lafayette Jeff leads Harrison just 10-7 with 6:09 to go in the second quarter. So
wow.
Jeff has been so dominant, but Harrison hanging right with them tonight.
Absolutely. We were thoroughly impressed with the Lafayette Harrison passing attack. You talked about that last week, and after what Jeff did to McCutcheon, we thought, well, Jeff could be pretty strong this year, and I'm sure they are, but Harrison, give them credit after those first 2 defeats. Bounced back with a win last week against Logansport, and now hanging in there against the Lafayette Jeff Broncos ball club. As Morrow into punt, now Grimaldo has drifted back to the 15-yard line. Snap is good. Morrow gets a high end over kick and a very short kick. The Bears got to be looking out for it. It will take an Indianapolis Tech roll slightly, and now goes sideways in his bar at about the 37-yard line. That's only about a 14-yard punt. And that was a miss hit off the right foot of Morrow. That one went straight up into the air.
And once again, I think that rain is being a factor.
I think so too.
Another quick score here. Pioneer on top of Caston, 40-0.
Wow. Well, we thought Pioneer would have their way with an outmanned Caston team so far tonight. So 1st down and 10 following a 14-yard punt by Brendan Morrow. They have it at Joshua Morrow. They have it at the 37-yard line, their own 37-yard line with 9:43 to go. McLaughlin in motion to the left. Barrett rolls out the pass. He's got a man open, but it is overthrown as Jacob Cox. I guess he wasn't, on second thought, wasn't really that open. Good coverage as he was double covered. Keyshawn James and Tyreek Harris. And that would have taken an absolutely perfect pass to fit that in there because that was pretty good coverage. So the pass falls incomplete. And the clock stops on an incomplete pass with 9:37 to go as the rain has intensified here at Logansport Memorial Hospital Stadium. Thank goodness for the field turf, but we've seen players slipping and falling on this field turf tonight.
But the good thing about that is, you don't want Tech thinking that you're going to run on every single play. So even if you're not able to complete that pass, at least it makes them know that you may do it and keeps so many guys out of the box.
Yep, so Grimaldo now in motion to the right. Barrett rolls out to his left. He's under heavy pressure, and he's going to be brought down for a sack inside the 30-yard line. There he's put out 3 receivers into the pattern, but they were all covered, and the pass rush or the pass protection broke down and lost all the way back to the 29-yard line. Loss of 8 on that play. So 3rd down and 18 for the Berries. They need to get to the 47-yard line to keep this drive alive.
Man, now both these offenses really slowing down under this rain.
Yep. And you wonder how much the rain has to do with it, and some defensive adjustments. Probably a combination of the two, but I think more has to do with the weather. As you mentioned, this rain is falling a little bit harder here in Logansport. And now we got a flag on the play and another false start penalty on the Berries. I believe that is their 4th one here in less than a quarter and a half. This is something we didn't see in week 1. Those are typically the time you see these false start penalties as you try to get acclimated to the new season, but the Berries have really hurt themselves with penalties here tonight.
Yeah, this might be the most penalty yards we've had all season. I know we had some last week, but man, Berries really struggling with them tonight.
So it was 3rd and 18. Now after the 5-yard mark-off, it is 3rd and 23. The Berries have it at their own 24-yard line. They need to get to the 47-yard line to keep this drive alive. Barron back to pass, and he is going to be brought down. He may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a loss of a yard. Great pass rush once again by Indianapolis Tech.
And this Barry's offensive line that we have seen be extremely tough here the first 3 weeks of the season is really starting to struggle now against this Tech defensive line.
So now Jacob Cox will punt it deep in Logansport territory. Did a pretty good job last time following the low snap. So we'll have to keep our eye on that snap. It's not easy, not to make excuses, but it's not easy to snap the football under good conditions.
Yeah.
Let alone when it's in a driving rainstorm here at Logansport. Snap pretty good this time. Jacob Cox off the side of his foot, but he kicks it away from Indianapolis Tech. It will take a Logansport bounce and roll dead at about the 45-yard line. So a pretty good job that time from Jacob Cox. Got some help on the bounce, but did a good job getting that right foot into it.
He did. That was about the best case scenario we could have had right there.
Yep, so no return following the good punt. 30 yards, so that's not bad in these conditions for a 30-yard net punt.
And just being able to get it off right now.
7:49 to go. The first half. Logansport 12, Indianapolis Tech 12. In a driving rainstorm here at Logansport Memorial Hospital Stadium. The Titans have the football. 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line. Two receivers split out to the right, one to the left. And Hill gets the snap. Hands it off to Samuel, breaks the tackle into Logansport territory, still on his feet, inside the 45, inside the 40, to the 30, is finally knocked out of bounds. But that Indianapolis Tech offensive line opened up a huge hole for Samuel, who has been a very impressive running back here in the first quarter and a half tonight.
Yeah, he's probably the best running back we've played against all season.
Yep, I think you're absolutely right on that. Ball down to the 38-yard line. And a big gain that time. 22-yard pickup from Samuel, 1st and 10. Indianapolis Tech has it at the Logansport 33-yard line. Clock stop following the Samuel getting knocked out of bounds. 7:40 to go here in the first. Now the handoff to Samuel up the middle, and this time the Bears do a much better job hemming him in right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Make it 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, nice play there. Jackson Crowd able to wrap him up.
2nd down and 10. The Titans have it at the Logansport 33-yard line. Clock moving, 7 minutes and 16 seconds to play in the first half. We invite you to stick around and stay tuned for our halftime show, the Logansport Memorial Sports Medicine halftime show, as we will discuss what went on here in this first half. Now Maravilla Hill in the shotgun once again. Fakes the handoff to Samuel. Pass in the flat is complete to Chapman. Chapman brought down around the 30-yard line. Good tackle over there by Grimaldo. And now we got a flag coming in late, as there was some extracurricular activity going on between Brandon Goodman and Elijah Miller. And one of the Indianapolis Tech players started yelling at Miller right away, so we'll see if it's offsetting penalties, but the play happened all the way on the other side of the field. Didn't really see what went on. We'll have to wait and see as Tucker Platt is over there to try and get an explanation. And the officials say, "Step aside, sir, we'll discuss this." And they're discussing it. They are. Again, I'm not sure what takes so long to discuss these things. We're going to get a personal foul on Logansport and a personal foul on Indianapolis Tech. So offsetting penalties. I'm not sure why they had to have such a long discussion over that, but that'll be second. So I believe that will be after the play. So offsetting penalties, I would think the play would stand, and they would make it 3rd down and 7 from the 30, but so far no indication from the officials, as the referee was talking with the Indianapolis Tech coaching staff over on the far sideline. So see, was it a post-possession foul, and the play will stand. We'll have to wait and see. And the official has to come all the way over to this side to discuss what went on with Coach Johnson. As it stands right now, the ball spotted at the 30, so it looks like it was a post-possession foul. 3rd down for Indianapolis Tech.
And it just drags a first half that seemed to take forever and a little bit longer.
And we're not even to the midway point of the second quarter.
Yeah.
So this is hopefully you might have to, the Steve's Cuisine segment might have to make a comeback in the second half. We might need some nutrition on this long night. 3rd down and 7. Indianapolis Tech has it at the Logansport 30-yard line. As the officials, of course, have to discuss what went on. Now they're saying personal foul.
Another one?
Personal foul. Yes, you've already told us that, sir. Okay.
Okay.
So for the second time for the...
In case you didn't know.
For the... Yes,
now you know.
There you go. For the non-football fans, they called it twice. So 3rd down and 7 for the Titans. Hill fakes the handoff. Back to pass. Under heavy pressure. Gets away from one man. The pass is incomplete. Intended for his tight end. And that was right in the hands of Caden Wickline. I think Wickline was the most surprised player in the stadium as that ball was thrown to him. It looked like he had no idea it was coming to him.
And Jacob Cox almost made the sack in the backfield, but the quarterback, like you said, just able to get it off, and also was almost picked off after that.
So 4th down and 7 for Indianapolis Tech. They have it at the 30. They need to get inside Logansport's 24-yard line to keep this drive alive. As we see a left ankle getting taped. I believe that's Josh Manfred on the trainer's table, Steve. So hopefully he can get back into action. Looks like he's doing okay. Just maybe a little tweak or twist of that ankle. 4th down and 7, and now we're going to get a timeout by Indianapolis Tech. That is their second timeout of this first half. And at 8:01 Eastern Daylight Time, Steve Isaacs, we have not reached the halfway point of the second quarter.
Man, a lot of fumbles, some timeouts, a lot of penalties, and a lot of passing too. A lot of incomplete passes that have stopped the clock. So, yeah, it's just been dragging on here, and still just 12-12. And both offenses have really slowed down after a quick start.
Yep, and Indianapolis Tech likes to go to the outside to use the perimeter offensively. So a lot of times they've been tackled out of bounds, which has resulted in a stoppage of play as well. So, yep, we got out of here, a little bit after 9 o'clock against Frankfurt way back in week 2.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen tonight.
We're going to make up for it tonight. That's for sure.
Absolutely. That's Josh Manfred. A couple of his players and teammates over to talk to him.
We do have...
Go ahead, Steve. I'm sorry.
Well, a game that is almost to the half with 52 seconds to go in the first half. Tipton on top of Lewis Cass, 21-8.
The Kings hanging in there against that high-powered Blue Devil offense. So 4th down and 7 for Indianapolis Tech. They have it at the Logansport 30-yard line with 6 minutes and 36 seconds to play. In the first half, Samuels in the flat, can't find him. So now Hill will run it. Now he will throw, and the pass is incomplete, almost intercepted. As Chapman had it, slipped through his fingertips. Trujillo had it, slipped through his fingertips. And Chapman almost caught it on the deflection, but the pass falls incomplete, and the Berries take over on downs, 1st and 10 at their own 30.
Man, I tell you what, the sophomore Skylar Trujillo doing an excellent job and almost brought in the interception.
And Josh Manfred sprints off that trainer's table and into the ballgame, favoring that ankle just a little bit, but you know him well. You know he doesn't want to miss any action.
Oh, you could see him there on the table. He just kept moving, itching to get back in there.
So the Berries take over, 1st down and 10. 6:28 to go, second quarter, tied at 12. Berries have it at their own 30-yard line. Now counter handoff to Drake McLaughlin. He's got some running room across the 35, across the 40, all the way out to the 43-yard line. Finally tackled by Keyshawn James, but a nice gain of 14 yards on first down for Drake McLaughlin. The biggest play the Berries have had in a long time, maybe the entire second quarter.
Yeah, it has been.
The offense is ruled today in that first quarter, each team putting up a couple of touchdowns. But as the rain has intensified and the defenses have stiffened a little bit, no scoring so far here in this second quarter. Barron rolls out to his right. Got a man in the area. Pass is off the fingertips of Jacob Cox, incomplete. Good coverage that time once again by Tyreek Harris. And I think he got that left hand in the vision of Jacob Cox, causing that incomplete pass. As we have finally reached the midway point of this second quarter with 5:58 to go. Of course, it was an incomplete pass, so the clock stopped. So it's going to be a long night here. So on this cool night here in north central Indiana, just get out your favorite blanket that has been in storage since the spring. Enjoy some Berries football here on WSAL. Now Oscar Grimaldo into Indianapolis Tech territory, still on his feet inside the 45, all the way down to the 43-yard line. Good hard run that time from Oscar Grimaldo. Let's give him, I believe, 13 yards on that gain from the 44 of Logansport to the 43 of Indianapolis Tech. And the Berries offensive line starting to flex their muscle a little bit on this drive.
And it's the first time they finally got some momentum going for a while, and now they're moving downhill.
And one of the good things about all the stoppage with the Berries, so many players having to go two ways, this might help the Berries in terms of stamina in that fourth quarter, which we saw them unfortunately wear down on that muggy night at Harrison last Friday night. Now we got a flag on the play. I believe Harrison was in the neutral, or Tech in the neutral zone. The indication was offside from the side judge all the way across the way, and that will be. And so finally, a penalty goes in the Berries' favor on an offside penalty. First down and 5, Evan Vizcarra. Coach Johnson's going to change the play call following that penalty. In for Barron. Clock running, 5 minutes, 20 seconds to play first half. Logansport 12, Indianapolis Tech 12. Berries have it though, 1st and 10 at the Indianapolis Tech 38-yard line. Now pitch to the left of McLaughlin. Does a good job of securing that pitch. It's a little bit far in front of him. He is inside the 35, knocked down at the 34. And the clock will stop once again following that tackle with 5:09 to go here in the first half. A good job securing that pitch that time from McLaughlin's. Vizcarra led him a little bit too much, but McLaughlin able to get that big left hand in the air and secure that and get a positive gain of 4 yards. So following the penalty, it's 2nd down and a yard. Logansport has it at the Indianapolis Tech 34-yard line. Now Grimaldo gets the handoff around the right side. Doesn't get much. Looked like I thought he was going to get the first down. We'll have to wait and see whether the officials spot the football. From here, it looked like Forward Progress got the first down, but the side judge all the way across the field. Looks like he's going to be a little bit short. And the way our night's gone, I would assume they're going to, they're not going to stop the clock and ask for a measure. They're going to stay short. Okay. So 3rd down and inches. Credit Indianapolis Tech defense that time. Looked like Ronaldo would get that first down, but they did a nice job. And now we look, and the rain is really coming down here at Logansport Memorial Hospital Stadium. 3rd and inches for the Berries. Grimaldo in motion to the right.
Oh, nice.
Quarterback sneak, keeping himself as Evan Vizcarra, and he's got a first down easily as he gets close to the 30-yard line. And a good push that time from that offensive line. Jackson crowd in, leading the way.
Love that play call.
Yep, absolutely. First time the Berries have called that all night. Caught the Titans a little bit off guard. So another first down for Logansport. 1st and 10. They have it at the Indianapolis Tech 30-yard line. Clock running, 4:15 to go here in the second quarter. Now Brandon Goodman shifts over to the right side of the formation. Jacob Cox lines up in the split end out right. Barron rolls out to his right. Got a man open. The pass is complete. Inside the 25, close to the 20, and inside the 20, and I believe they'll have a first down. Oscar Grimaldo with a nice job, an 11-yard gain, and a great job from Grimaldo finishing that run. He wanted to get that first down, and he reached out with his left hand to extend the ball beyond the first down sticks. And has it 1st down and 10 at the 19-yard line.
And another nice pass by Barron, and I think we had Cox open downfield too, so
you're right.
A couple guys we could have went to there.
And our chief statistician, Blake Isaacs, does not want to brave the elements, so he's inside the press box with us. Hand off to Manfred. Manfred close to the 15-yard line before he is pushed back. But they'll give him Forward Progress down to the 15, a pickup of 4 yards. Good solid gain on first down for the Berries. The Berries have done a very good job putting forth a very methodical drive.
Yeah, and they needed one.
Yes, they sure did. Because Indianapolis Tech was starting to dominate both lines of scrimmage. But the Berries did a good job getting them off the field defensively with a good stop on downs. And they've had a nice drive, which started at their own 30-yard line. They've moved the ball nicely to Indianapolis Tech's 15-yard line. 2nd down and 6. Grimaldo in motion to the right. Rolling out to his left and under heavy pressure, and he's going to be brought down as Barron had no chance. He was looking for Jacob Cox on the left side. He was well covered, and the pass rush from Indianapolis Tech, a big loss, back to the 23-yard line.
And he had 3 guys on top of him, but just to be able to hold on to that wet football under those conditions is a win there.
Yep, no question about it. But a big loss all the way back to the 24-yard line. 3rd down and 15. Logansport needs to get to the Indianapolis Tech 9-yard line to get a first down. 4 down territory from this spot, you would think, unless the Berries can get a significant chunk. But I'm not sure in this wet field a field goal is a viable option tonight. Now pitch to Grimaldo around the right side. Tries to set up his blockers, which he does. Breaks the tackle inside the 30, and he may go 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Oscar Grimaldo, 24 yards.
Wow.
So touchdown number 13 for Oscar Grimaldo. How about that?
And I tell you, if you were putting together a highlight reel for Grimaldo, man, there'd be some incredible runs on it, a couple of them tonight, as he just continues to rack up the touchdowns this season.
And credit not only the offensive line with a great block, but Grimaldo showing great patience. It'd be very easy for him to panic 3rd and 15, knowing he needs a bunch of yardage, but he was very patient, allowed those blockers to set up and put that finishing touch on it. As Manfred really favoring that ankle as he hustles off the field. Now Barron will hand off. I believe that is Tucker Platt in at fullback, I think. And Tucker Platt does get the 2-point conversion. So the Bears are on top 20-12. So that's the good news. Bad news is Manfred favored that ankle a little bit, but Tucker should be well rested after missing the first couple games this season.
And I guess Manfred does have a sprained ankle, so
that's definitely not a good sign, but nice to have Tucker Platt. We saw Miles Dungy as well do some good things in the backfield a year ago, as well as earlier in the season. So the Berries on a 3rd down and 15 play get not only the first down, but they get a touchdown from Oscar Grimaldo, and they convert the 2-point conversion.
Check that. Grimaldo is playing with a sprained ankle.
Okay. Well, I think Manfred is too, because he's
he's hobbling
too. He's hobbling pretty good. So, but you'd never tell Grimaldo's playing with a bum ankle on that one. That was outstanding. 2 minutes and 17 seconds to play here in the second quarter. Logansport 20, Indianapolis Tech 12.
And it is pouring as hard as it has all night, Joe.
I was looking at the forecast earlier today. It looked like it was going to be out of here by kickoff time.
Well, it was kind of clearing off then.
It sure was. But, So, but these Berry fans for sticking it out.
They are. We still got a pretty good crowd here.
Yes, we do.
For Logansport.
And there's a couple of brave souls without an umbrella. So that's good to see.
Yeah.
But a lot of foul weather gear here. So, and if you don't like rain, well, you might want to go away for the weekend, because we're looking at rain all weekend long based on the forecast that Bryce Robinson sent us, our chief meteorologist. But he just said it was going to be showers. We weren't going to be dealing with anything that they dealt with in Benton County last Friday night. So far, so good on that one. So here's Juan Perez. He will squib kick this one. Takes a nice bounce on that field turf. Goes off the up back, but gets a nice bounce to him at the 20, across the 25, setting up a return to the left, across the 30. Across the 35, we got a flag on the play. I believe we're going to have an illegal block, which is going to wipe out a nice return from Elijah Chateau. From where the officials stand, and that's going to move the ball inside the 20-yard line. That's going to be a big penalty against Indianapolis Tech. That is going to be holding on the Titans.
Man.
And they'll start 1st and 10 inside the 20-yard line, and that's about a 25-yard loss in field position.
Yeah, sure was. And we thought we were in trouble there, and that's going to push them way back.
Yep. So with 2 minutes and 6 seconds to play here in the first half, Logansport leads Indianapolis Tech 20-12. The Titans an 80-yard touchdown run from Davion Samuel, a 69-yard touchdown pass to Elijah Chateau for their 2 scores. Other than that, the Bears defense has acquitted themselves pretty well. The Titans have had a couple of nice plays other than that, but those 2 big plays, by and large, the Bears defense have done a pretty good job. So we'll see what they can come up with here. 1st down and 10 for the Titans. They have it at their own 19-yard line with 2 minutes and 6 seconds to play here in the first half. Now Chateau in motion. Now backwards pass to Chateau, and that is a live football. He picks it up across the 20, across the 25, and he is knocked out of bounds near the 1st down. So great job by Chateau.
Man.
That could have been disastrous, but he got a friendly bounce off that field turf and was able to pick up that loose ball and scamper for very, very close to the 1st down. Going to be about a half yard short.
And once again, Jay Cox back there in the backfield almost made a huge play.
So the clock stopped on the out of bounds with 1:58 to go as the rain continues to fall pretty hard here at Logansport Memorial Hospital Stadium. On a cool night, it's nice for us to be up here in the press box, but we're not dealing with the elements out there.
Yeah.
Halftime score: Pioneers 62, Caston nothing. So handoff to Samuel. Have the 1st down across the 30. Tucker Platt meets him there at about the 33-yard line. Clock stopped temporarily so they can move the chains with 1:50 to go here in this first half. So the Panthers, I think it's going to be a successful homecoming at the pit for the defending state champions on top of their cross-county rival, Caston 62-0. Here it's Logansport 20, Indianapolis Tech 12.
And McCutcheon leads Kokomo 10-7.
Okay.
at halftime.
I was talking to a friend this week. He said Kokomo is down a little bit this year.
Yeah.
So, but they're playing McCutcheon tough, much better than they played Marion last week. Now we got a pass up for grabs. The pass is incomplete. It's out on the pattern that time was Romello McGee, but he wasn't even looking for the football. And once he picked it up, it was well passed in. Pass ball's incomplete. Second down and 10. A minute 23 to go here in the first half. This is a key opportunity for the Bears. They definitely don't want to give up a big play this close to halftime. Logansport will get the football to start our second half. I invite you to stay tuned for the Logansport Memorial Sports Medicine halftime show here from Logansport Memorial Hospital Stadium. Second and 10. Pass is going to be almost intercepted again. Juan Alvarado closed on it quickly, and doing a good job breaking it up was Derek Ball as he knocked that one out of the hands of Alvarado as he read that one all the way. The pass was late and behind Ball. That could have been disaster for Indianapolis Tech.
And a lot of near interceptions tonight.
Mm-hmm. But it's a ball's harmlessly to the turf for the Titans, and it's third down and 10. A minute 18 to go. Second quarter, the Berries on top 20-12. Just one score here in the second quarter after an offensive-minded first quarter. Now Hill back to pass. Protection breaks down. The pass is caught by Ball across the 45 into Logansport territory. Breaks the tackle inside the 45, inside the 40. Still on his feet, inside the 30. He is going to be brought down all the way down to the 18-yard line. On another big play given up by this Berries defense.
And there's about 6 times there we thought they had him tackled, but just continue to elude the defense. And it can't be easy right now to be able to start and stop out here on defense.
Yep. So the clock stopped temporarily, so allow the chains to move with a minute 2. Indianapolis Tech does have one timeout left. They have it first and 10 at the Berries 18-yard line, though plenty of time for the Titans to put some points on the board here before halftime. Now Hill fakes the handoff to Samuel, keeps it himself. He's gone to about the 15-yard line. I think that was some miscommunication that time. As Hill turned to his right to hand off to Samuel, and Samuel to his left. And now the Titans, now we're going to get a timeout by the officials. I think maybe one of the helmets came off Indianapolis Tech, and that is Marvea Hill, who is slow to he's going to come out of the game. So this is going to be Jairus Riley in, the quarterback, as Hill looked like he was a little bit injured. Now we get a stoppage of play. And we'll see. Now Indianapolis Tech can take a timeout. If they want to use a timeout, that they can bring the injured player back. But Marvea Hill was he struggled to get off the sideline, Steve, and he's down to one knee, and now he's going to be walk himself over to the training table. Looks like he's holding his head. Maybe he's got the wind knocked out of him. I'm not sure, but didn't look like anything out of the ordinary. But unfortunately for the Titans, they lose their signal caller, at least for the time being. And so that will be Jairus Riley, 5'6", 127-pound freshman. Or is it? So we'll have to wait and see. Or is it Romello McGee? Looks like it might be McGee in at quarterback. So they changed their mind. And McGee will hand off to Samuel around the left side. He is hemmed in, and he is going to be brought down out of bounds. And we're going to get a flag late on the play, as Logansport is going to be, I believe, a
late hit? What they going to call?
Or a horse collar, as Samuel is slow to get up as well. And now we got Alvarado also limping. So all sorts of action on that one. And unfortunately for the Titans, Samuels is down, and we got another player down as well in the middle of the field. So we've got injured players all over this field of play. I just wonder how much the footing has to do with some of these players being hurt tonight. So 2 Titans are injured. A flag was on the play. I believe we're going to get a late hit out of bounds on the Berries, which will give Indianapolis Tech a first down and half the distance to the goal, moving it inside the 10-yard line. So it'll be first and goal for the Titans with 33.6 seconds to play. And I believe the Titans have one timeout left. I think that was an injury timeout, that last stoppage of play. And this, of course, is an injury timeout with 2 Indianapolis Tech players being tended to, one on the field of play and Davion Samuel on the sideline, and that's a tough blow for the Titans. Samuel has been outstanding tonight for the Titans.
Yeah, he really has.
as the rain continues to fall here at Logansport Memorial Hospital Stadium. Give these fans credit, and then the fans across the way on the hill have not left their perch as well. But this is not good for the Titans, as neither player has gotten up yet. Although that young man against Frankfort a couple weeks ago, when we saw him down on the field for a long time, we heard word a couple days later that he was fine once he was able to extend it to. So that
it's always scary.
Yep. So that was. We certainly hope that's the case as well tonight. Although Samuel looks like he is able to get up, and he is limping toward the trainer's table, but he is favoring that leg. I believe the left leg. He's limping pretty good. And still, the interior lineman is still down in the field of play. He's down to the 20-yard. So it will be half the distance to the goal following the penalty, as the official is talking with the Indianapolis Tech coaching staff. The clock stopped due to a couple of injured players on the field with 33.6 seconds to play. So we'll see. This, again, the training staff from both Logansport and Indianapolis Tech tending to that injured player. And don't want to speculate, Steve, obviously, but he's not made too many motions over there, so they don't want to use all precaution. We saw the stabilizing board out a couple weeks ago. The last time we were here for that injured Frankfurt player, so we may well see that again. An extended stoppage of play.
And get another score here. Tipton still leads Lewis Cass, but now 21-15 at halftime.
So the Lewis Cass Kings more than holding their own.
Oh, yeah.
The high-powered Tipton Blue Devils. And the NFL season got underway last night, as that game, I believe, was delayed due to some inclement weather. But the defending Super Bowl champion, Philadelphia Eagles, began their season on a positive note with a big win over the Atlanta Falcons.
Guess Matt Ryan had a pretty rough night from what I hear.
That's what I heard. And I heard Nick Foles didn't have much of a night either, but it doesn't matter when your team comes out with a win. And a couple of Jay Ajayi touchdown runs. And the Eagles defense came up in a big way late in that game to secure an opening night victory over the Atlanta Falcons. And I believe the Eagles knocked off the Falcons in a low-scoring game during the playoffs last year, so history repeating itself. As we've got 33.6 seconds to play. Logansport 20 and Indianapolis Tech 12. And we'll go to see how your beloved Chicago Cubs are doing so far tonight, Steve. They got a big win last night against the Washington Nationals in extra innings and 10 innings. And all right, they're dealing with some weather as well. So a delay in the Chicago Cubs Washington Nationals game.
Yeah, when you look at the radar, there was just like a big line of storms coming across the Midwest.
Padres and the Reds are delayed as well. In a big matchup featuring maybe the two best teams in the American League, the Boston Red Sox and the Houston Astros. Boston on top of Houston 1-0 in the top of the fourth. The Astros really struggling there a few weeks ago, but they had a lot of injured players, but they got a lot of those guys back. So that could be an interesting American League Championship Series potentially. As we've got, looky here. We got our good friend, our old friend, Dr. Weather. He is coming up with a prediction for week 1 of the National Football League. He says the Bears will beat the Packers 35-24. He says, mark it, Dr. Weather. So Dr. Weather, it's not enough for him to give us all this rain here tonight. He's dipped his toe into the prognostication pool as well.
You must have a lot of faith in Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah, he might. So, and now we see the cart being driven out onto the field, but no stabilizing board. So that's certainly a better sign than what we saw against Frankfurt a couple weeks ago. And the injured player for Indianapolis Tech is able to at least get to a sitting position. So that's certainly good news. But a couple of injured players for Indianapolis Tech on that play.
Yeah, got another halftime score. At the half, Marion leads Anderson 20-0.
And that Marion team, they were, quite frankly, Steve, they were dreadful a couple years ago.
Yeah.
They have really turned around. They laid one on Kokomo big time last week, and with a good solid lead. And we have to travel to Grant County to take on the Giants. That will not be an easy game. It looks like Elijah Miller is the injured player for Indianapolis Tech. He's able to get onto the cart, though, and hopefully it's not too serious, but he was down in the field for a long time. It's our long night here at Logansport just continues, but at least we're indoors, so
yes,
we can be thankful for that. If we look across the way at that rain, we can see it in the background against those stadium lights. It is really coming down hard. So evidently, after the penalty, it's not going to be first down. I'm not sure about that, but third down and a yard for Indianapolis Tech. The ball spotted at the Logansport 9-yard line with 33.6 seconds to go. Tech without their starting quarterback and without their starting running back, so they've got their second stringers out there in a key situation. And now we got a bad snap. Tech is going to pick it up. McGee, he'll put it up, and the pass is incomplete. And good credit the Indianapolis Tech offensive line for not going downfield. I thought, well, there's got to be an illegal man downfield, but there wasn't. They were not past the line of scrimmage. So credit to the down lineman for that. Will it be intentional grounding? Maybe. I don't think it's intentional grounding because he got it past the line of scrimmage as well. So fourth down and a yard from the 9-yard line with 26.4 seconds to go. McGee in at quarterback and Jason Johnson III in at tailback. Another high snap. McGee, though, comes up with it. Rolls out to his left. He's under big pressure, and he's going to be brought down for a loss. And Logansport will take over on downs with 21.4 seconds to go. And that is huge. That would have been a big momentum swing if Tech could have put some points on the board right before halftime.
It really was. Logansport gave up some big plays there, but in that goal line situation when it really mattered, comes up huge after a long break there from injuries. And 21 seconds to go. Right here, you just don't want to fumble the ball or do anything that might put the ball back in Tech's hands.
Yep, I would not be surprised to see him just take a knee. And Coach Johnson,
I would too.
especially since they get the ball to start the second half. Take this 8-point lead with the mistakes they have made, this wet field, and that's exactly what they do. Garrett Barron will take a knee, and that should run out our first half of play. A long first half here in Logansport, but it's been a good one for the Logansport Berries, and that will bring about an end to our first half. The Berries getting 8 points in that second quarter did not allow Tech to score any. So we are at halftime at Logansport Memorial Hospital Stadium. Our score, Logansport 20, Indianapolis Tech 12. We'll step aside for a break. There's more coming up live from Logansport.
This is AM 1230 and FM 94.9 WSAL Logansport. The first half of this Berries football game is over. Stay tuned for the Logansport Memorial Sports Medicine Halftime Show. We'll recap the first half statistics and talk more about the student athletes participating in fall sports. We'll be right back after these messages.
At Security Federal, the customer experience is our top priority. Like summer nights and fireflies, we go better together. Contact Security Federal for all your banking needs. Member FDIC. Don't take chances on an old heating system. More people are turning to Wilkinson Heating and Cooling. They offer more with systems as low as $125 a month. Easy to qualify financing. Second chance lifeline on qualifying equipment, plus a free furnace offer. You can trust Wilkinson Heating and Cooling in Logansport to take good care of you.
WSAL sports coverage of Logansport Berries football. It's time for the Logansport Memorial Sports Medicine Halftime Show. Now back to the stadium. Here's Joe Stetz and Steve Isaacs.
All right, Alan James, thank you very much. We have reached halftime here at Logansport Memorial Hospital Stadium. The Berries on top of the Titans 20-12. The game was tied at the end of 12-12. The Berries got things underway with a 17-yard touchdown run from Oscar Grimaldo. The point after was blocked. Then Indianapolis Tech answered with an 80-yard touchdown run from Davian Samuel. They missed the extra point. We were tied at 6. And then Drake McLaughlin, a 1-yard touchdown run to put the Berries on top 12-6. But immediately after that, the Titans answered a 69-yard touchdown pass from Marvea Hill to Elijah Shitu. They missed the extra point as well. It was tied at 12. And only one touchdown in that third quarter, a 24-yard touchdown run from Oscar Grimaldo on 3rd down and 15. got the touchdown. Tucker Platt ran in the 2-point conversion. It is 20-12. But what transpired at the end of that half could be huge for Indianapolis Tech as they lost their starting quarterback and their starting running back on consecutive plays due to injury.
Yeah, that is huge. And as the game seemed like it was starting to tip Logansport's way there a little bit toward the end of the half, and to have 2 injuries like that, you hope those young men are okay. That could really change the complexion of this second half, as it's been a really wet one, and that Tech offense really struggling at this point. And a big thing that sticks out to me, and I know that we had the Tech coaching staff over here earlier, I don't know, they have stayed in that shotgun, even though every time they hike the ball to the quarterback, it looks like they're going to fumble. You wonder, I know that's what they do, but you wonder how long they can stick with that. I mean, I don't know how much it'll throw them off to go under center, but, man, it's just getting really dangerous for them just to even hike the ball at this point.
Especially now that you've got a backup quarterback and a backup running back in there, it makes it even more complicated.
I mean, when your starting quarterback's having a hard time catching the ball, and granted, it's got to be hard for the center to even hike the ball, let alone the quarterback catch it. But it'll be interesting to see if they make that adjustment here in the second half. So
I did see Samuel was able to walk off the field under his own power. They walked right in front of us as they departed the field of play into halftime. And the Marvea Hill was holding his head as he walked out. So it looked like he got the wind knocked out of him, got a bump in the head. Obviously, concussion protocol that's in effect even in the high school level, so they'll take a long look at him before they'll allow him back into the second half.
I mean, this is a rough game. It's real smash-mouth football. Everybody is, sliding around a little bit there on the field. You got, the defense is barreling down. They're trying to make tackles, but, starting and stopping is so hard. But, yeah, it's rough out there right now.
And it's rough out here for the fans as well and the cheerleaders on this cool and rainy night that got so chilly. We had to close the door in the press box. It's so chilly. So I hate to complain about our terrible fate when these fans are and the cheerleaders out in that rain. I'm sure the players don't mind because you got the gear and the helmet to keep you dry, and it's much better playing football in cool weather than hot weather. But credit these fans because they've braved these elements.
Yeah, we've honestly got a pretty good crowd tonight. I didn't know if this many people would come out, but and student section looks pretty like they've got a pretty decent crowd still too. So got to credit all these people for hanging out, and I'm sure we have some extra listeners at home tonight. We're glad you all tuned in.
Absolutely, and these fans know this is the last home game for the Bears for a while. They've got at McCutcheon and at Marion in the next 2 Fridays, so they will not be home again until September the 28th when Kokomo comes to town. So the fans taking advantage of just 2 home games in the month of September. This is one, and one will be on the last Friday in September, on September the 28th.
Those are a couple of really tough road games coming up, as McCutcheon is hanging neck and neck with Lafayette Jeff tonight, who we know how good a team they are, and Marion has been delivering beatdowns every week.
And so the Berries have a chance against Kokomo, but first things first, they got to take care of business here against Indianapolis Tech. They do get the ball to start the half. We saw that very good drive late in that second quarter, which resulted in the only points of that quarter and resulted in the touchdown. Well, you get the feeling in these elements, especially with the uncertainty of the injuries with Tech, if they could get a 2-score lead, they could really get perhaps a stranglehold on this football game.
Yeah, that could be huge, and especially if they can continue to run the ball and eat some clock up. This game's kind of ebbed and flowed. It looked like Logansport was pretty hot coming out of the gate, and then there for a while they were moving the ball pretty well, but the penalties were really killing them. And then, both teams kind of hit a lull there for a little bit. So here toward the end of the half, Logansport seemed to get some positive momentum going. And if, the offensive line, they've done a great job all season of blocking, and these backs, we know how good they are. They can continue to move the ball, and you would expect that Tech would have some difficulties here in the second half moving the ball too. So, get that lead, keep running that ball, eating up that clock, and we got to like our chances here in the second half.
And the Berries are dealing with a couple injuries of their own in the backfield. Oscar Grimaldo with the sprained ankle. We saw Josh Manford on the trainer's table getting taped up. He was hobbled. That left ankle is bothering him just a little bit. Maybe they can get that retaped at halftime and be ready to go in the second half.
Yeah, and in a game like this, with all these conditions and everything we've talked about, it's a really imperative that we're able to keep these guys healthy, going into these next couple weeks, because we're going to need all hands on deck.
Yep, no question about it. So our halftime score, Logansport 20 and Indianapolis Tech 12. We'll step aside for a break. We'll be back with more of the Logansport Memorial Sports Medicine halftime show. There's more to come. live from Logansport.
When it comes to athletic injuries, it's good to have a home field advantage. At Logansport Memorial Hospital, we're working with local schools and student athletes to build better, healthier sports teams with our new sports medicine program. I'm Sydney Sims, and I'm the new athletic trainer for your Logansport Berries. Our athletic training services, including FDA-cleared concussion screenings, will make sure that Berry athletes are able to safely perform at their competitive best. Logansport Memorial Sports Medicine is proud to be on your sideline. Go Berries!
Listening to Logansport Berries football on WSAL. Segment 2 of the Logansport Memorial Sports Medicine halftime show is next. Here's Joe Stets.
Logansport Memorial Sports Medicine halftime show. The Berries on top 20-12, and our chief statistician, Blake Isaacs, did a good job crunching some numbers. So, Steve, you want to pass those on to us, please?
Yeah, we had one completed pass, I believe, by Garrett Barron to Oscar Grimaldo for 11 yards. The Berries have rushed the ball pretty well, like we said. Oscar Grimaldo, 11 carries for 110 yards tonight. That includes 2 touchdowns. Drake McLaughlin, 7 carries for 42 yards and 1 touchdown. Josh Manfred, 5 carries for 21 yards. And Vizquera had a carry for 2 yards and a huge first down here in the first half.
So the Berries will get the football back as the rain continues to fall here at Logansport Memorial Hospital Stadium. Our chief meteorologist, Bryce Robinson, said that it would rain throughout the night. I don't know if he thought it was going to rain this hard. I maybe caught everyone by surprise because the forecast that we saw called for some light rain tonight, but Mother Nature's had something else to say for us tonight.
Yeah, it's been going heavy nonstop here for at least the last half hour.
Yep, but this wonderful field turf, which can drain 6 inches of water per hour, looks good, but it's wet out there, even with that great drainage system. It's wet. We've seen several players slip and fall. We've seen some injuries. Hopefully not too bad. Hopefully these kids can get health and get back out there in the second half.
Yeah, and a lot of fumbles with that wet football.
And it's wreaked havoc. We thought it might affect the passing game of Indianapolis Tech. I think it has, and the Berries not relying on the pass a whole lot, but I think it's affected them as well.
Yeah. And we thought that would play a factor in this game and would be to our advantage, and it really has been as Tech has continued to try to throw the ball. And, Logansport, I think they've been smart about it. They've had some good opportunities, and, they haven't forced anything. Turnovers and interceptions were a factor last week with those 3 interceptions. Not one interception so far in this game, despite how wet that football is. You got to credit Evan Vizquera and Garrett Barron.
And so we've got another big day of college football in the state of Indiana tomorrow, and a couple of state schools going at it, Ball State and Notre Dame from South Bend. So it's good for Ball State to get some exposure against the Fighting Irish.
Yeah, absolutely. Notre Dame, number 8 in the nation right now. They had a nice win over Michigan last week. That Michigan really, Notre Dame dominated them for the most part. Made a little flurry there at the end, but not able to do anything with it. As the Irish looking for a big season up there in South Bend, and I know all my Irish friends are real excited about that.
Yep, and so and the Eastern Michigan, they were the Hurons when they recruited a young Joe Stets back in the early 1980s. They offered me a partial academic scholarship, believe it or not. So,
wow.
So I've always been a soft spot in my heart for Eastern Michigan, now the Golden Eagles. But a tough game for them in West Lafayette.
Yeah, they're going to be at Purdue tomorrow at a game that I was supposed to go to, but looks like I'm not going to now. And, interesting game. We were actually at the Purdue game last week, and Elijah Sindelar looked strong there in that first half. I thought they moved the ball really well, but 3 interceptions really kind of put Purdue in a bad spot. They put David Blau in before the end of the first half, and he went 12 of 16 in the second half and didn't throw any interceptions, but I didn't think he moved the ball as well as Sindelar did. So Purdue did say they're going to be playing both quarterbacks this week. It'll be real interesting to see who they start the game with and who they go with. But the freshman with a monster game there, over 100 yards receiving in that one. And you would think Purdue would be able to take care of business in Eastern Michigan, as I know Purdue fans are looking for a big season out of them.
And the Indiana Hoosiers are in home in Bloomington, but they've got a pretty tough game on their hands early in the season.
Yeah, they really do. Virginia and IU both 1-0 on the season. Virginia coming down to Bloomington. And, I think the Hoosiers got a pretty good ball club, but that's not going to be an easy one, that's for sure.
And my beloved alma mater, Michigan State, won ugly last Friday night. They won at Utah State. If they play that way tomorrow night in Tempe, I don't think they're going to win.
Yeah, Michigan State, number 15 in the nation, as they got a real late start time, Joe. You're going to have to stay up late for that one. I think it's 10:30 that night.
I think so.
But, Arizona State, I'm sure, is going to challenge them. They're going to be up for that big game. But hopefully, Michigan State can take care of business.
Yep. And as our chief statistician, Blake Isaacs, tells me, no Big Ten team has ever won a game in Tempe. Nebraska won in Tempe, but that was before Nebraska joined the Big Ten. So Michigan State could make history tomorrow night if they get a win in Tempe, becoming the first Big Ten team to ever get a win in Tempe, Arizona.
And some other good news just came across the wire as Sam Skaggs has received an offer from University of Pikeville, a school that's on the far eastern tip of Kentucky.
All right. Well, how about that? So congratulations to Sam Skaggs. I'm sure that will not be the last scholarship offer that he gets. We're looking forward to his senior season at Logansport High School. Once again, our halftime score, Logansport 20 and Indianapolis Tech 12. We'll step aside for another break. There's more to come live from Logansport.
We're building better health and stronger student athletes with the Logansport Memorial Sports Medicine Program. We're here for your home team, offering services to help get student athletes back in the game and keep them there. All delivered by our team of experts that include orthopedic surgeons, physical therapists, and a foot and ankle specialist. To learn more about our services for your student athletes, visit logansportmemorial.org/sportsmedicine.
This is the Logansport Memorial Sports Medicine Halftime Show. Let's go back to the stadium for the final segment of the halftime show. Here's Joe Stacks.
Steve Osgood back at Logansport Memorial Hospital Stadium. We continue the Logansport Memorial Sports Medicine Halftime Show. The Indianapolis Tech Titans have returned to the field of play, and I'm trying to look and see if we can identify number 4. And Davion Samuel looks like he's over on the far sideline, and it looks like he's hobbling even worse than he was as he's leaving the field. So his helmet is off, Steve, and that's, as a coach, that's never a good sign when you see a player without his helmet on.
Yeah, and that's really going to affect Tech here in the second half as their offense could really struggle.
Yep, no question about it. I'm trying to see if we can see the freshman quarterback, Marvea Hill, who left as he was walking off the field to enter the halftime and holding his head. I don't see him either in the players huddling out or practicing up on the field or over on the far side. And Davion Samuel, well, he's giving it his all over there. He's trying to move laterally, but he is really hobbling. And, this early in the season, a young man like that, you just don't want to take a chance on a wet field. You could really jeopardize that kid's future.
Yeah, you sure could. And, you got a lot of games left to play this season, so it'll be interesting to see what they do with him.
And he's only a junior, so you're going to be very careful. And it looks like Marvea Hill also, without his helmet on, he's got a towel over his head to try and stay dry in this rain. So the Titans could very well be playing without their starting quarterback and their starting running back.
Yeah.
And that's really going to make it tough for them here in the second half.
Yeah, it sure will.
So the Berries still, now they have made their way out onto the field of play. But they lead at 20-12. And the Indianapolis Tech Titans won the toss to begin the game, and they did elect to receive. So the Berries will get the ball to start our second half. It's the score on top with the Logansport Berries on top, 20-12. So that will do it for the Logansport Memorial Sports Medicine Halftime Show. Thank you for spending time with us here on this cold and rainy Friday night here from Logansport. When we return, we will have our second half for you between the Logansport Berries and the Indianapolis Tech Titans. Our halftime score, Logansport 20 and Indianapolis Tech 12. When we return, we'll have our third quarter for you. There's more to come live from Logansport.
We're building better health and stronger student athletes with the Logansport Memorial Sports Medicine Program. We're here for your home team, partnering with local schools to provide on-site athletic training and direct access to care from our team of orthopedic surgeons, physical therapists, and a foot and ankle specialist who know just what it takes to get student athletes back in the game and keep them there. To learn more about our on-site athletic training services, visit logansportmemorial.org/sportsmedicine.
Hello, this is Ed Schroeder, Republican candidate for Cass County Sheriff. It's high school football time in Cass County. The rebuilding continues for the Berries, and Coach Johnson is third year as head coach. Join me in cheering on Coach Johnson and the Logansport Berry football team to a successful 2018 season as they compete in the North Central Conference. Here's to a safe season of competition and sportsmanship for all student athletes. This message is paid for by the committee to elect Ed Schroeder Sheriff.
That's the halftime show, presented by Logansport Memorial Sports Medicine. The second half of Berries football is next. Now back to Joe Stetz and Steve Isaacs on your home for Berries football, WSAL Logansport.
Welcome back to Logansport Memorial Hospital Stadium. The scoreboard clock still shows a minute and some change before halftime is over, but these kids are like, hey, we've been out here a long time. It's raining. Let's get this underway. So Morrow is set to kick off. He has kicked it off twice, very short. The Berries were able to get pretty good distant field position, and their deep backs are at the 20-yard line. So they are expecting another short kick from Morrow. They have taken the time off the clock. We are ready to start our third quarter here. The rain looks like it has slowed just a little bit. So we'll have to wait and see. But the Berries with a big opportunity here to get up by 2 scores. It's been a one-possession game all night long. Neither team able to get more than a one-score lead. Let's see if the Berries can do it here. And another short kick fielded by McLaughlin at the 34-yard line to try to set up a return to the right. He's got some running room across the 35. He is going to be out across the 40, brought down to about the 41-yard line. Jordan Jones on the stop.
Man, I tell you what, he had a guy in hot pursuit of him and still able to run away from him and make a pretty nice little return.
Yep, he sure did, and he caught it right near the sideline. Instead of just going straight ahead, he made a turn to the right and got something out of that one. So a good starting field position for the Berries. First down and 10. They have it at their own 41-yard line. 11:53 to go. Third quarter. Berries on top 20-12 on the first play from scrimmage here in half number 2. Barron under center. Romaldo in motion to the right, gets the pitch out, and he has the running room. Tried to strip the football, gets away from him again, and it is going to be fielded, I believe. Indianapolis Tech comes up with it. Let's wait and see. Now the Berries came up with it. Oscar Romaldo recovered his own fumble. Indianapolis Tech was trying to strip him a couple of different times. They finally did. But Coach Johnson is calmly asking Oscar to hang on to that football. But give the Titans credit. They were trying to strip that one, and they succeeded. But after all that is said and done, it's a first down at the 48-yard line. And Josh Manfred will limp off the field, again favoring that ankle. And Tucker Platt is in at fullback for the Berries. Romaldo in motion to the right. The handoff inside to Tucker Platt. Dives inside the 45-yard line to the 44. Nice gain on first down for Tucker. Took what the defense gave him. Knew he wouldn't be able to get a whole lot, so he dove for it to get a couple extra yards. I think solid gain on first down for Logansport.
And Tucker Platt, we've seen him play that fullback position in the past, and he's quite the weapon back there.
Yes, he is. He missed the first 2.5 games, so he is one of the healthier players on the field. Second down and 6 for the Berries. They have it at the Indianapolis Tech 44-yard line. Now Jacob Cox flanks out to the left. Brandon Goodman over to the left tight end spot. Now the handoff inside to Tucker Platt. He's got a first down and more inside the 40. He'll have the first down all the way down to the 36-yard line, and credit that left side of the Logansport offensive line, as he was able to get a nice gain on and get an easy first down for the Berries down to the 36-yard line.
And this might be a game plan here for the second half, is to just give it to Tucker and let him go here.
Yep, especially with that wet field and a little bit drier in between the numbers, and take advantage of the relatively healthy Tucker Platt. Now the handoff inside once again. I believe that is Romaldo on the carry.
Yep.
Gets a couple of yards. down to about the 34-yard line. Give him 2 on that first down carry. 2nd down and 8. But the Berries with a nice drive going, and now Josh Manfred comes back in, but he's really favoring. You can see he's definitely got a hitch in his giddy up. But you know him well. He's a tough kid. He wants to be out there.
And that gives Platt a little bit of a break because he'll be playing middle linebacker here again.
Absolutely. So 2nd down and 8 for the Berries at the 34-yard line. McLaughlin in motion to the left, gets a pitch out to the left, tries to set up his blockers, and a nice tackle coming in from the weak side. Good hit over there by a couple of Indianapolis Tech players. Tyreek Harris was one of them on the stop. I believe Raymond Smith also on the carry. It looked like McLaughlin's going to be able to get some pretty good yardage. Still had a nice gain down to the 31, but good pursuit by that Tech defense to keep him to a minimal gain. 3rd and 5 for the Berries. Ball spotted at the Indianapolis Tech 31-yard line with 9 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. We'll see what Coach Johnson and the Berries come up with on this critical 3rd down here early in quarter number 3. Now we're going to get motion, I believe, on the Berries as they were getting ready to shift over to the right side, and a false start, another false start penalty. I believe that is number 5 on the Berries unofficially, and that's he just cannot afford to give up that yardage. It seems like there's never a good time for a penalty, but boy, 3rd and 5, that's at least the 2nd time they've had a penalty on 3rd down, which makes it much more difficult to get that 1st down.
Yeah, especially when your offense is rolling.
Absolutely. So after the infraction, ball spotted at the 36-yard line, 3rd down and 10 for Logansport. Now Jacob Cox in that right split end position. Grimaldo in motion. Barron rolls out to his right. He's under heavy pressure. Breaks one tackle. Got some running room inside the 35, inside the 30. We got a flag on the play thrown in late down at the 29-yard line. I'll have to wait and see. I don't know if it's going to be brought back or what's going on. That was near the quarterback. There's a handoff. We'll have to wait and see what shakes out. And we also got a flag here right on the near sideline. So a couple of penalty flags thrown on the field. So we'll allow the officials to sort this out with 8:33 to go, 3rd quarter. And coaching staff is being alerted from Indianapolis Tech that those penalties are against the Berries. That will wipe out a nice gain from Garrett Barron, who had absolutely nowhere to go and somehow escaped that heavy pressure and got a great gain and was very close to a 1st down. But we're going to get a holding call on the Berries and an illegal shift. And now another holding call. So they will take the one from the spot of the foul. This will be marked all the way back to the 49-yard line. So this will be 3rd down and 24 for the Berries. They need to get to Indianapolis Tech's 27-yard line to get a 1st down.
And this was a drive that was going really well.
Sure was.
Moving the ball right down the field, and penalties just killing them right now.
Absolutely. So I'll see if Coach Johnson chooses to go conservative and try to play the field position game, as Jacob Cox has done a nice job punting so far tonight for the Berries. McLaughlin in motion to the left. Now a counter handoff and some running room for Grimaldo inside the Indianapolis Tech territory, and he's finally hemmed in at about the 46-yard line. Tackle made there by a man not in the program. Number 34 made the tackle. There's a 33 and there's a 35, but there's no 34. So Earl Campbell in on the stop there. Down to the 46-yard line. So a 5-yard gain on 3rd and long makes it 4th down and 20. And Jacob Cox in to punt for the 3rd time tonight. He has punted the ball quite well, though. And Coach Johnson turned it over to his defense. And we'll check the status of Indianapolis Tech's quarterback and running back, both who are injured late in that 2nd quarter. Now Cox puts a good foot into it. A high end-over-end kick back to the 10-yard line. Oh. Now we got an illegal block out of the way, so that's going to wipe that out. This return, nice return, though. Across the 30, across the 35, across the 40. Nice return that time from Jalen Allen. But we're going to get a penalty. They're going to start inside the 10-yard line, and you saw that right away.
Oh, yeah. Yes, they hammered Juan Alvarado there, and very clear.
There's the injured player, Miller, Elijah Miller, being carted back over to the Indianapolis Tech sideline, so he wants to be with his teammates here in the 2nd half. It looks like the rain has slowed down a little. Still raining, but not nearly as hard as it was earlier. And so I'm not sure why we're standing at the 40-yard line when the flag was thrown back at the 11. And so finally they say, yeah, we threw the flag, so an illegal block back at about the 11-yard line is where the flag was thrown. So that will be half the distance to the goal for Indianapolis Tech. They will start 1st and 10 at about their 6-yard line, and that's a big difference. It's about a 30 or 39-yard difference in field position, and that is huge at this junction of the ball game. And Indianapolis Tech coaches disagree, but they may not have the good vantage point that you did. You got a better
pretty clear.
You got a better angle on that play than they do. So following the penalty, 1st and 10, Indianapolis Tech has it at their own 6-yard line. 7:23 to go, third quarter. The Berries on top, 20-12. Now in at quarterback, snap the handoff to the backup tailback, and he's got some running across the 10, near the 15-yard line. Good gain that time.
Yeah, it was.
From Jason Johnson III, 5'6", 147-pound sophomore. As Romello McGee is in at quarterback for Indianapolis Tech. Listed as a linebacker in the program, so how about that for McGee? Coming in as the emergency quarterback. But a 9-yard gain for Jason Johnson III. On first down, makes it 2nd down and a yard. Just as I said, the rain looked like it's slowed down a little bit. Looks like it has increased a little bit here. A high snap. Johnson, though, is able to get the handoff on the nice play by McGee, and they will have the first down out to about the 19-yard line. So Indianapolis Tech with their backup quarterback and their backup fullback. And the inclement weather and bad field positions. They got it up.
Yeah, they're still moving it pretty well.
Yep, they sure are. First down and 10 for the Titans. They have it at their own 19-yard line. 6 minutes and 38 seconds to go here in quarter number 3. The Berries on top, 20-12. Logansport looks to get their first North Central Conference win of the season. It's a pretty talented Indianapolis Tech ball club. Now McGee will keep it himself. Goes around the right side, makes one-man miss across the 25, knocked out of bounds. I beg your pardon, across the 20, near the 25-yard line. Give him out. Forward progress out to the 24-yard line. Gain of 5 on that play. Making it 2nd down and 4 on that play. 2nd down and 6 at the 24-yard line. And now McGee goes over to the sideline to get the play call from his coaching staff. Will Patterson, in his first year, gives him the call. And now the Titans are at the line of scrimmage, ready to snap this football. Trailing 20-12. Now McGee on the design quarterback run to the right, breaks one tackle, still on his feet, across the 25-yard line, out to about the 27-yard line. Make up 3rd and very manageable distance for the Titans. 3rd and about 2. They have it at their own 27-yard line.
And really moving the ball pretty well in this possession.
Yep. And very, very methodical. Just getting 3 or 4 yards at a time, but like you said, very effective on this drive. And here's a big 3rd down and 2 for this Logansport defense. This spot on the field, especially with the way Tech has struggled in the punt game, you'd think this might be 4-down territory, but still, good opportunity for the Berries to come up with a key stop here on 3rd and 2. Johnson gets the handoff. He will have the first down. I believe he was hemmed in initially at the line of scrimmage, but was able to fight forward for forward progress out to the 30. Give him a first down. 1st and 10 for the Titans at the 30. Clock stopped with 5:38 to go with the chains moving.
And in that first half, it seemed to take forever. Both teams running the football almost on all their plays. So now down to 5:26 already here in the 3rd quarter.
Yep, you think the weather has something to do with it, and also with Tech with their backup quarterback.
Yep.
Now McGee takes an errant shotgun snap, was able to come up with it, and he is knocked out of bounds with a solid gain on first down for McGee.
Yeah, once again, almost could have fumbled that one.
But a 5-yard pickup on first down, out to the 35-yard line, make it 2nd down and 5. Clock stopped with 5 minutes and 15 seconds to play here in the 3rd quarter. That first quarter and a half took forever. It took about an hour to get that first quarter and a half in with lots of, as you mentioned, penalties and incomplete passes. Now Johnson fumbles the ball. The ball is loose, up for grabs. We'll see who falls on it. Berries say they have it. Juan Alvarado from his right cornerback position says they got it, and he is right. So it looks like the handoff was pretty good that time for McGee to Johnson, but the backup running back, so you don't know if maybe the young man was trying to look at the hole or look at his blockers, didn't see that ball into his hands. But a turnover gives the ball back to the Berries, and they have a golden opportunity now to go up by 2 scores.
So once again, the weather factors in this game, as we've seen. How many we up to now, Joe? About 6 or 7 fumbles on the game?
Absolutely. So Now the Bears need to take advantage. We'll see. Coach Johnson likes to go that quick strike offense following a change of possession. So we'll see if maybe he dials up a pass here on 1st down and 10 with 5:07 to go, third quarter. Logansport on top 20-12. Garrett Barron in at quarterback for the Bears. McLaughlin in motion. Now we have a bad snap. Ball is up for grabs. It is loose. I think Logansport came up with it. That one, the exchange between the quarterback and the center never materialized. But the Bears were able to recover. I believe that was Carson Lopasser that came up with that recovery. So that's a big, big play here at the 4:40 mark of this third quarter to keep this drive alive following that turnover. That would have been disastrous for the Bears to give the ball right back to the Titans after the defense did a good job. 2nd down and 8. Logansport has it at the Indianapolis Tech 31-yard line. Now Barron with a handoff to Josh Manfred, and he is hemmed in right at the line of scrimmage. May have gotten the yard. They'll give him forward progress down to the 30. And we have a Logansport Berry, I believe, lost his helmet, so he is forced to come out for a play. That is, Braden Geyer has to come out. He's replaced by Eli Starkey. And Josh Manfred really favoring that ankle. He's not even able to run off the field. He's limping pretty significantly. So, and he's in a great, in a great deal of pain. And sometimes you got to protect the player from themselves. You know how tough the kid is, how much he wants to play, but
because Manfred would have played on one leg.
No question about it. So now he's to the table, and he's in a great deal of pain. Tucker Platt has replaced him at fullback. Here's a big 3rd down for the Bears, 3rd and 7 from the Indianapolis Tech 30. Inside of 4 minutes to play here in the third quarter. The Bears up 20-12. Getting the handoff to Grimaldo. He's got the first down and more. Spins away inside the 20, close to the 15-yard line. Big gain that time from Oscar Grimaldo. And did the Bears ever need that on 3rd and long?
That was huge.
14-yard pickup from Oscar Grimaldo, and credit the offensive line. And Eli Starkey forced into action because Braden Geyer lost his helmet and had to come out, but he did a good job as well as the rest of that offensive line. 1st down and 10 for the Berries at the 16-yard line of Indianapolis Tech. We're down to 3:35 to go here in the third quarter.
Oh, man.
Grimaldo's hit right at the line of scrimmage. Big hit that time. Philly Willis, 6'1", 250-pound senior with the big tackle for loss. Back to the 18-yard line. So the Bears only lost a yard on that play. It seemed like a lot more. Willis was in a hurry.
And most importantly is he held on to the football because he got smashed.
Pretty much as soon as he got that handoff. So credit Grimaldo for hanging on to the ball. Now Barron comes in, 2nd and 11 for Logansport. They have it at the Indianapolis Tech 17-yard line. We're down to 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Logansport up 8. Now counter handoff to Drake McLaughlin on the left side. He's got some running room inside the 10 and inside the 5. He is down near the goal line. They'll mark him at about the 1-yard line. 1st and goal for the Berries on a big run. And again, that offensive line did a great job.
And I tell you, Drake McLaughlin cuts is about as good as anybody on this football team, as he's just able to find those holes in the defense and cut right through them.
So 1st and goal, Logansport from the 1-yard line. Following that 17-yard gain from McLaughlin. Barron under center. And we'll hand off. Indianapolis Tech rose to the occasion. A 2-yard loss back to the 3-yard line. Great push from that right side of the Indianapolis Tech defense.
Yeah, there was just nowhere to go on that one.
I'm surprised they didn't hand the ball off to Platt up the middle.
Yeah.
But especially since he's been so effective. But credit the Titan defense for a big stop. Lost back to the 3, 2nd and goal.
Yeah, and I would be looking for Platt on this one.
Logansport 20, Indianapolis Tech 12. As we approach 2 minutes to play, third quarter. Grimaldo in motion to the right. Pitch to Grimaldo around the right side. Cuts it inside, and he is going to struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. And he will lose the yard back to the 4-yard line. So the Titans defense has really risen up here on these last 2 plays. Barron sprints to the sideline. I think he sees something as he is pointing and talking to Coach Johnson. He seems to think that he's got a play call in mind that might work. So we'll see Garrett Barron, if he might have a future as an offensive coordinator if this play goes well for the Berries. 3rd and goal for Logansport at the 3-yard line. Grimaldo in motion to the right. They'll fake the pitch, and now we get a flag on the play, a late flag, and we're going to get offside, I believe, on Indianapolis Tech. And that will move it half the distance. But I like the fake handoff to the right and the counter move to the left. And
maybe that's what they talked about. Hey, Coach, I think I can do a bootleg here.
Yep, he had the pass run option. He had Jacob Cox out in the pass pattern, so he had a choice to run or throw it. But the penalty moves it half the distance. Now 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line. We'll see what Coach Johnson and the Berries come up with on this big 3rd down play. They'll hand it off to Grimaldo. Grimaldo is into the end zone for a touchdown. Oscar Grimaldo, his 3rd touchdown of the night. 14 on the season for Oscar Grimaldo. And the Berries are now up 26-12 with the point after to come. It looks like they're going to try for the point with the kick as Juan Perez is coming out onto the field. So credit that offensive line again, as Tech did a great job those 2 previous plays, but the Berries rose to the challenge on that one, and Oscar Grimaldo's 3rd touchdown of the night. Unbelievable the way he has been able to put the ball in the end zone this season for the Berries. Now we got Tucker Platt coming on late onto the field, as the Berries are going to decide to play with 11 on this play instead of 10. That's always a good idea. Snap is good, the hold is good, the kick is up, and the kick is good. 1 minute and 10 seconds to go, and for the first time tonight, the Berries have a 2-score lead. It is 27-12 over Indianapolis Tech, and the Tech's inability to kick the ball. This is a great opportunity for the Berries to get a win if they can if their defense can come through with that backup quarterback and running back for the Titans.
Yeah, keep playing that tough defense, take care of the ball on offense, and watch the penalties.
Yep, absolutely.
That's been the story of the game for the Berries.
Yep, it sure has. So after a 12-12 tie at the end of one, the Titans have been held off the scoreboard. The Berries a touchdown in the second quarter, a touchdown here, and a 2-point conversion in the second quarter, I should add, and a touchdown and the conventional point after here in the 3rd, and the Berries are now on top 27-12 with 1 minute and 10 seconds to go. We got a score from Pioneer at the end of 3. It is Pioneer 78 and Caston nothing.
Wow.
So we thought it might be an easy Pioneer victory, and that has indeed been the case, as the Panthers just keep on rolling. And we'll find out just how good Lafayette Central Catholic is looming in that section. They play a very good West Lafayette team tonight, so we'll see. Because CC was down last year, and I know they would love to avenge get back in after that tough season a year ago.
Another quick score, Tipton after 3 leads Lewis Cass 27-15.
Come on, Kings. Still got time. Boy, that's Tipton team averaging 58 points per game. Credit that Lewis Cass defense for holding down that high-powered offensive attack through 3 quarters. Now Perez set to kick off. He will script it in his field. A nice job at that time by an Indianapolis Tech up man, Michael Garner. He's like, I'm just going to secure it, and that didn't go anywhere. Just 15 yards from the point of the kick.
And that's a wet football, too, to be able to do that.
So that is great starting field position for Indianapolis Tech, and I know that's not what Juan wanted. He wanted to kick it away from the up back, but by credit Garner. Very, very heads-up play. And great starting field position for Indianapolis Tech. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line. As it is McGee, and now Elijah Chateau is in the backfield. After Johnson fumbled the last time, they moved Chateau into the backfield with Romello McGee in the backup quarterback position. Preston due to the injury to Harris. Now the handoff to Chateau around the right side, across the 45-yard line near midfield. Nice second effort that time from Chateau to get some extra yardage.
He jumped forward about 4 yards on that one.
And we got some...
we do have a score. Lafayette Jeff has pulled ahead of Harrison 24-14 with 11:06 to go in the game.
Okay, here with 45 seconds to play in the 3rd. Logansport 27, Indianapolis Tech 12. Titans with their backup quarterback Romello McGee in. And their 3rd different running back Elijah Chateau in. Just a couple of key injuries. Now McGee back to pass. He's under heavy pressure. Nice spin move though to get out of trouble. He's got some running room across midfield. He is knocked out of bounds at about the 47-yard line.
And he could have been sacked for a 5-yard loss there and got a nice gain out of it.
And I think Brandon Goodman maybe tweaked his ankle trying to make that stop. Great job by McGee to spin out of trouble. And, Goody looks to be away. He's going to stay out there. He's limping a little bit. Looks like that favoring that left ankle, but he will remain in the lineup. Move over to the right defensive end position for the Berries with 26.8 seconds to play in the 3rd. Logansport on top 27-12. A high snap. McGee's able to come up with it. and he'll run and get close to the first down, and the official, I believe, will give him forward progress down to the 45-yard line and give him a first down. So it has been an adventure on those shotgun snaps to the quarterbacks from Indianapolis Tech, but they've, for the most part, done a pretty good job handling those bad snaps. And now we're going to get a flag on the play, I believe. No, not a flag. They were just consulting to see if it was a first down. And it is a first down for Indianapolis Tech at the 45-yard line with 21 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Clock stopped temporarily so they can move the chains. Once the chains get reset, they will start the clock. And the clock is now moving inside of 20 seconds to play in the third. So Titans down 2 scores, 27-12, late in the third quarter here at Logansport Memorial Hospital Stadium. McGee now in the shotgun, back to pass. Had some time, and the protection breaks down and tries to run out of trouble, breaks a couple of tackles, still on his feet. He is finally brought down for a loss.
Man.
Back to the 47-yard line.
I tell you what, that young man is hard to bring down.
Yes, he is. And that will bring about an end to the third quarter. It is Logansport 27, Indianapolis Tech 12. We'll step aside for a break and be back with our fourth quarter. There's more coming up, live from Logansport.
It's the end of the third quarter, and you're listening to Berries Football on WSAL. We'll get back to the game after these messages.
Logansport Savings Bank, we're leading the way.
Hi, this is Joshua at Logansport Savings Bank, and we're leading the way in growing our community. With the right team, you can accomplish your desired goals. Bank with us and join our team in impacting our community. Contact us at 722-3855 or at logansportsavings.com. Good luck to all of our local athletes.
Don't take chances on an old heating system. More people are turning to Wilkinson Heating and Cooling. They offer more, with systems as low as $125 a month. Easy to qualify financing. Second chance lifeline on qualifying equipment, plus a free furnace offer. You can trust Wilkinson Heating and Cooling in Logansport to take good care of you.
WSAL coverage of Logansport Berries football continues as we are about to start the fourth quarter of the game. Here's Joe Stetz and Steve Isaacs.
All right, Alan James, thank you very much. We have returned to Logansport Memorial Hospital Stadium. The Berries 27, the Titans 12. As we are action underway, about to start here in the fourth quarter. So the Berries would love to get a stop here and get another score to put this game out of reach against a very talented Indianapolis Tech football squad. Second down and 11. Indianapolis Tech has it at the 46-yard line of Logansport. McGee in at quarterback. It looks like Jason Johnson, the third, back in at the tailback spot for the Titans. Now, pass to Chateau in the flat. It is complete. Breaks the tackle from Alvarado, but he is hemmed in right at about the line of scrimmage. May have gotten a yard, but good job over there.
In that screen pass, they almost nailed him as soon as he caught it.
Yep, but Juan Alvarado has done a great job from that cornerback position, not just defending passes, but tackles. Did a nice job that time. Now he come over to the left cornerback position on this play on a key third down and 10 for Indianapolis Tech. With 11:20 to go, the Berries on top 27-12. McGee, another errant snap, but he's able to come up with it. Puts the ball up. He's got a man wide open. The pass is going to be, I believe it is caught by Derek Ball. Flag on the play. Regardless, that's going to be a big play, but I think he caught it.
And maybe pass interference,
Pass interference, definitely. But the official is going to say the pass was complete. First down and goal at the 6-yard line.
And that was against double coverage, too. That was a heck of a throw.
And that's with the kid who was listed as a linebacker in the program making that pass. So that was impressive. Pass interference on Logansport. Penalty is declined. Result of the play, a big completion to Derek Ball. First down and 10. First down and goal.
And that's something that happened to Logansport last week, is giving up some of those kind of fluky feeling big plays. And we got more whistles. So they're discussing this here.
Yep, we'll wait and see. I'm not sure what the discussion could be. The penalty was declined. The catch was made at the 6-yard line. First and goal for Tech, unless something happened after that. And now we've got an unsportsmanlike penalty on the Berries.
Man.
And that will be half the distance to the goal line. Coach Johnson would like an explanation, and it's going to take 2 officials to give him an explanation. So, I know Coach likes his team to be aggressive, but you can't. Got to keep your cool out there. Got a 2-touchdown lead now, albeit the Tech's knocking on the door to get back to a 1-score game, but you still got to keep your head. So half the distance found, the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on the Berries makes it 1st and goal at the 3-yard line with 11:11 to go here in this contest. Logansport on top 27-12. As the rain looks like it has intensified just a little bit here as we move into the 4th quarter. So here's a big opportunity for the Berries to come up with a goal line stand. 1st and goal, Indianapolis Tech at the 3. That took a long time to explain to Coach Johnson. I'm not sure he was probably satisfied with that explanation, but nonetheless, a pretty good catch there as the official threw the flag to the other one. That in stride, reached up with one hand, made a nice play. 1st and goal for the Titans. McGee in the shotgun. Rolls out to his left in a design run, and he is going to take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Romello McGee, a 3-yard touchdown. It is a 9-point game, and here is a key 2-point conversion for the Berries, as this could keep it a 2-score game if they're able to stop them here in this 2-point conversion.
And that was a really nice run. He went to his left, cut really hard to his right, and took it in for the touchdown.
So here is a huge play at the 10:58 mark of the 4th quarter. A chance this 2-point conversion to get the Titans within 1 score here in this game. Back to pass is McGee. Now rolls out to his left. He's got some running room. We got a flag on the play. I think we're going to get holding. I think and they're going to say he got into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, but we got a holding penalty. And I think that's going to go against Indianapolis Tech, I think. We'll have to wait and see. And that is a big, big 10-yard penalty. And that could be huge to keep this a 2-score game. We'll have to wait and see as the official sorts it out. Coach Johnson near the yard marker. He wants to see this go. It is holding. So that wipes out the successful 2-point conversion for Indianapolis Tech, and they'll have to do it again, but this time a lot farther out. The ball will be spotted at the 14-yard line, I believe. Let's see where they're spotting it. At least, all the Indianapolis Tech players and the other officials are blocking our view, so we can't tell where that ball is spotted. That's nice. And they're going to mark it right at the 14, and now Tech opts to put the ball in the middle of the field. So they'll have to take this 2-point conversion from the 14-yard line. Logansport on top 27-18. This 2-point conversion could get Indianapolis Tech within 1 score. And a huge moment here at Logansport Memorial Hospital Stadium. Now Chapman wide to the right, 3 receivers out to the right, 1 out to the left. McGee back to pass. We got a post corner pattern. The pass is underthrown, and it is, I believe, intercepted. They fight for it, and a nice job that time.
Was that Juan?
I think that was Juan Alvarado. Yeah. I think him and Derek Ball were engaged in that one, but a nice play. Let's wait and see. Or is it us?
No, that's Skyler.
Skyler Trujillo did a nice job. So the Berries dodge a bullet at that time, and it's a 2-score game. Remains a 2-score game. 27-18 with 10:58 to go here in this 4th quarter. And the Berries with Josh Manford, looks like he is on the bench, so his night is probably over. So they'll have to call on Tucker Platt and maybe Miles Dungy as well for that fullback spot.
And Tucker had a couple of really nice runs there toward the beginning of the first half, or the second half.
Absolutely. So, I'm sure Coach Johnson would love a 4-minute drive, even if it doesn't result in points.
Yeah.
Just with 10:58 to go.
Kill that clock.
Yep, the clock is your opponent just as much as Indianapolis Tech is at this point. And with Tech on that failed 2-point conversion following the penalty, needs 2 scores. So if you can take 4 minutes off this clock, it'll be a golden opportunity for the Berries to get out of here with a victory in what has been a competitive game. This has been a competitive series over the past few years. 2 teams very evenly matched. And so Morrow will attempt to kick off. Again, we've seen very short kickoffs from Morrow so far tonight. We'll see what this one is. This one may be his deepest one so far, but unfortunately he'll kick it out of bounds. So that's not what he wanted to do. And that's a tough break for the Titans. That was Morrow's best kick of the night in terms of distance, but he kicks it out of bounds. And Logansport will take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. with 10:58 to go here in the fourth. The Berries on top 27-18.
And in the McCutcheon-Kokomo game, McCutcheon with a 93-yard touchdown pass to take the 24-7 lead.
Wow. So Kokomo must have lost a bunch of players from last year's powerhouse team.
And that's all of a sudden become what looks like a very winnable game against Kokomo.
Absolutely. And that is here at Logansport Memorial Hospital Stadium. In fact, the next home game for the Berries on September the 28th. Indianapolis Tech is at home the next couple of games after tonight. They play Muncie Central next Friday, and then on September the 21st, they play Harrison at home on the first day of autumn, September the 21st. Well, the Berries will, excuse me, I guess they took the penalty and make Morrow kick it again from the 35. So the Berries do have that option. I guess they figure with the short kicks, maybe get a better field position than the starting at the 35. So we'll see what if the gamble pays off for Coach Johnson. Morrow, a good foot into it this time.
One of his better kicks,
yeah, absolutely. Bounces through Trujillo's fingertips, so he's able to come up with it. Across the 20, across the 25, spins his way out of a tackle, and he's down out to about the 27-yard line. So, if nothing else, a couple of seconds ran off the clock. So the Berries lost a little bit in terms of field position, but they had 12 seconds go off the clock. So, as we mentioned, the clock is an opponent just as much as Indianapolis Tech is at this point, with 10:46 to go here in this football game. Logansport 27. And Indianapolis Tech 18.
Like you said, we just need a nice long drive here. Take care of the football, don't fumble, and don't get any penalties.
Yep. If it is Tucker Platt in at fullback with McLaughlin and Grimaldo in the wingback positions. Now McLaughlin gets the handoff around the left, and not much running room that time, and Tech was waiting for that as they had a great rush right from the start, and the Berries had trouble snapping the ball. Now we get a late flag, extracurricular activities.
Now I hope they call that on Tech here.
The officials talking to Drake McLaughlin. And Steve Isaacs says it should be against Tech. It was after the play. We'll have to wait and see. And one of the Tech players are clapping, so they maybe they think it's against the Berries. We'll have to wait and see. Coach Comer is not real happy with what's going on. We got a personal foul.
I think they're going to call it on Drake. Yep.
And now personal foul. So offsetting for personal fouls.
All right, good.
So that was after the play. So the down will count. Second down and 10. The rain continues to fall here at Logansport Memorial Hospital Stadium. And the cheerleaders remain resolute in their foul weather gear.
They are.
10:32 to go. Fourth quarter. Logansport 27. Indianapolis Tech 18. Now the clock will restart after the ball is positioned back following the penalties, the offsetting penalties. In motion out of the right is Grimaldo. Barron will keep it himself on a quarterback keeper across the 30 to about the 31-yard line. So good call that time for Coach Johnson. A quick hitter, catch Tech off guard a little bit.
I like that.
Got a good push from that front of the offensive line. And a solid gain of 4 yards. So very manageable. Third down and 6 for the Berries as we approach 10 minutes to play here in the fourth.
Yeah, Barron had a nice run earlier in the game that got called back on a penalty.
Yep, sure did. So here's a big third down for Logansport. 3rd and 6 for the Berries. They have it at their own 32-yard line. They need to get to the 38 for a first down. Barron under center. Grimaldo in motion to the right. Rolling out to his right is Garrett Barron. He's got running room if he wants. Instead throws it up. It is caught, and a first down for Logansport across the 40-yard line. As Grimaldo came up with that, and the Tech coaches to our right know they had an opportunity to come up with the play there. As that was up in the air for a long time.
That was nice.
Into tight coverage, but Grimaldo with a great catch and a first down out to the 41-yard line.
I'll tell you what, that Barron to Grimaldo connection's pretty good.
Yes, it sure is. Clock continues to run here. 9:25 to go, fourth quarter. 27-18, Logansport on top. Garrett Barron back in at the quarterback position. Now he backs off the line of scrimmage and let the play clock run down inside of 5 seconds on the play clock. Barrett rolls out to his left. He's going to keep it himself. He breaks one tackle. Nope, can't get out of that tackle. Nice play over there.
And you could see the frustration on Jay Cox as he was wide open about 15 yards downfield just waiting for that pass.
But Joshua Kennard with a nice job to come up with the sack. 5'7", 199 pounds. That is a solid young man.
Yeah.
So the tackle right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 at the 41 for the Berries. On top, 27-18 here with 8:38 to go in the 4th quarter. And again, Garrett Barron taking a lot of time to snap this football. Smart, that signal caller to allow valuable seconds to run off the clock. I'll hand it off to Grimaldo. Grimaldo across the 40 to about the 44-yard line. Give him 3 on that 2nd down carry. And set up another big 3rd down for Logansport. 3rd down and 7. By the time the Berries snap this football, we'll be inside of 8 minutes to go. Here in this 4th quarter, as the Berries look to get their first North Central Conference win of the season, and improve to 3-1 on the year for the 2nd consecutive year. They've got a couple of tough road games ahead at McCutcheon and at Marion in each of the next 2 weeks. 3rd down and 7. Play clock down to 5 seconds. Grimaldo in motion to the right. Barrett rolls out to his left. He's under heavy pressure, and he's going to be brought down for a loss back to the 36-yard line.
I don't know what's going on right now, but this Tech pass rush is killing us.
Yes, they sure are.
As the offensive line is breaking down big time.
And Coach Johnson is saying that's okay. We didn't turn the ball over, and they did take a few minutes off the clock. It wasn't a 4-minute drive, but it was about a 3-minute drive. So at this juncture, that's not bad for the Berries. And Jacob Cox has done a nice job punting the ball all night long. And we still have 15 seconds in which to snap this football, so we'll be down to about the 7-minute mark by the time this ball is kicked away. So the Berries, at least, if nothing else, did a good job of taking some valuable time off that clock. And another good punt from Jacob Cox, fielded by the and
nice
he is
tackle.
tackled immediately. Great tackle that time. Oscar Grimaldo, I believe, on the stop.
Man, big time play.
That was outstanding, as Jalen Allen had a lot of running around that left side, but coming up from the backside, Oscar Grimaldo continues his outstanding senior season for the Berries. Now there's a discussion. Grimaldo having a word with the official. I'm not sure what that was for. And then the official's got his hands in the air like, I'm not sure what's going on. Well, sir.
Maybe he didn't like the spot.
I'm not sure.
Oh, there's 2 footballs
Yeah, the ball's already spotted. So maybe that's what the official is worried about, or concerned about. Why is there a second football here? 7 minutes to go here in the 4th. The Berries on top, 27-18. Tech has it, 1st down and 10. Johnson gets the handoff, breaks 1 tackle, cannot break the 2nd tackle, falls forward for 2 yards out to the 35-yard line. Gain of 2 on 1st down, 2nd down and 8. Berries got a guard against the big play. They gave up a couple of big plays in the 1st quarter. Both led to touchdowns, and a big pass play on that last Indianapolis Tech drive, which led to a Romello McGee 3-yard touchdown run. And the clock continues to run. And it's hard to run a hurry-up offense with your backup quarterback in. So this is really tough for the Titans, who need 2 scores to take the lead down 27-18 with 6:20 to go here in this 4th quarter. McGee in the shotgun, back to pass. He's got good protection. Couldn't find an open receiver. Now takes off and runs. And he is going to be brought down following a short gain. Credit to the Logansport defense that time, Steve. Great coverage in the secondary, and did a good job hemming in that dangerous running quarterback, Romello McGee, following a 2-yard gain.
I'll tell you, this kind of has the feel of the game last year.
Sure does.
Even though it's not the same type of game, just a really close game that could come down here till the end.
A big 3rd down for the Titans. 3rd down and 6. They have it at their own 37-yard line. Clock continues to run. 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go. A big opportunity for the Berries. Get the Titans offense off the field. McGee fakes the pass in the flat, now rolls out to his left under heavy pressure, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, and he is going to have a 1st down, I believe. As he faked the pass in the flat to Chapman, and reversed pivot to the left and got a nice gain and a 1st down.
I tell you, every time you think you've got him tackled, he makes a cut and picks up 3 or 4 more yards.
I tell you, the Titans may have found something here with this backup quarterback, Romello McGee. He has been very impressive. And a strong right arm, as we've seen him throw a couple of good balls. And Coach Gomer saying, come on, start the clock. And so they finally did. Clock running, 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Tech has it 1st down and 10 at their own 43-yard line. McGee back to pass. Got a stop-and-go route. Pass is thrown up, and it is going to be incomplete. Looks like Skylar Trujillo on coverage over on the far side. With 5:06 to go. Clock stop on the incomplete pass.
He got a little worried there. He might get in his way and get a pass interference call, but really good coverage.
Yep. Berries can avoid the big play here on offense for the Titans. They have an excellent chance to get out of here with a victory. There's a giant dragonfly that just flew in front of us. Thank goodness we are indoors, safely away from that dangerous flying creature. Now pass in the flat is overthrown as Derek Ball was wide open in the flat. And I think maybe that wet ball was evident there, as it looked like it may have slipped out of McGee's hands as it sailed way over Ball's hand.
And a nice catch by the guy on the chain gang.
Yeah, sure was.
One-handed.
Absolutely. And can't let go of that chain. That's what he's paid for. So 3rd down and 10 with 5:03 to go. Indianapolis Tech down 27-18. They have it at their own 48-yard line. McGee in the shotgun. Back to pass. Protection breaks down. He's in all sorts of trouble. We got a flag on the play. That's probably going to be holding, and the Berries will sack him back at about the 40-yard line. McGee falls forward to the 41, so a loss of 2 on the play. We'll see what Coach Johnson may elect to take the penalty and push him back just to get an extra down, but now he puts up a fist. He wants that to be 4th down, so I was thinking he might take the penalty just for an extra down to have more time off the clock. But I think this is a good decision to make it 4th down and 12 and decline the penalty, and that is exactly what Coach Johnson does. 4th down and 12 from the 41-yard line. Indianapolis Tech needs to get to the 47-yard line of Logansport to get the 1st down, and Coach Johnson exhorting his defense for a huge stop, and this potentially is the ball game with Tech down 2 scores. They must convert here on this 4th down situation.
And they're definitely in prevent. They got 4 guys back.
Oh, yeah. Snap back to McGee. Pass is thrown up. It is almost caught by Ball and then deflects back, and Alvarado almost came up with it, but Trujillo and Grimaldo in double coverage. No, that was Vizcarra, I believe.
Yeah, he's back there too.
Evan Vizcarra and Grimaldo, so nice job from Evan Vizcarra.
Yep, secondary came up big on that one.
Yep, they sure did. So Logansport stops Indianapolis Tech on downs, and they get the ball in Indianapolis Tech territory to start this drive. With 4:24 to go, Logansport up 27-18. A couple 1st downs, and the Berries can get out of here with a win. As long as they avoid the turnover and the big play, they should be in excellent shape to get this win. Barron in at quarterback. Tucker Platt once again in at fullback. Josh Manford that bad ankle. And the handoff to Tucker Platt, I believe.
Yeah.
Inside the 40 to about the 38. Run. Yep, nice solid run of 3 yards. Most importantly, that clock continues to move as we approach 4 minutes to play here in the 4th. Logansport on top. 27-18. Now Evan Vizcarra comes in with the play call from Coach Johnson. The Berries with a chance to get to 3-1, 1-1 in the North Central Conference, and a game at McCutcheon next Friday night. McCutcheon with a new field turf that was installed over the summer, so we'll get a chance to see that new field for the first time next Friday night.
Maybe they can get a cell reception too out there.
That would be something. Ball is loose on the ground. We'll have to wait and see who comes up with it. I believe the Titans come up with it, and they do. Fumble recovery at the 40, and that's the last thing the Berries needed here inside of 4 minutes to play in the 4th.
Yeah. All you want to do here is make sure you take care of the football, but that wet ball just not able to hold on to it.
Yeah, you don't care if you don't gain an inch or anything. As long as the clock continues to run, that's most important. But unfortunately, we thought that the weather might impact these two teams' offenses, and that has been the case all night long. Not to make excuses, but it's reality. It's that ball's wet, the field's wet. These kids are soaking wet, been out in this rain all night long. So,
but the best news is Tech is still down 9. So even if they score a touchdown, kick and do a 2-point conversion, still down 1 point.
Yep.
So need 2 possessions.
Yep, in the kicking game, I don't think in these conditions either, I don't think a field goal's enough, so I think they're going to score 2 touchdowns and 3:35 to go. McGee back to pass. Got a man open. It is overthrown through the fingertips of Herbert Chapman. He was open, and that was a catchable pass. It was a little bit high, but Chapman, I'm sure, will go back to the huddle saying, I should have had that one. I'm really, really impressed with this Romello McGee. 5'11", 203, senior, listed as a linebacker in the program, but he doesn't look like a linebacker.
No, he doesn't. Well, he has the body of one,
yes,
but
yes, he does.
Moves really well in the pocket and is hard to bring down.
He's got a strong right arm as well. We've seen him throw a couple of good balls tonight for Indianapolis Tech. 2nd and 10 for the Titans at the 40. McGee in the shotgun. Back to pass. The pass is overthrown, and overthrown Mon Alvarado, too, as Reggie Ball was open on the slant, but it sailed on McGee, and it sailed over the fingertips of Alvarado, who's telling Grimaldi, yeah, I almost had it. Yeah, okay, Juan. That was a good 2 feet over your head, but but you know how Juan is.
And Juan's about 5'8", too.
Such a tough
kid.
If that. Yeah. So 2 incomplete passes. The clock has stopped with 3:24 to go. I think that's good news for Tech. The clock stopped. The bad news, they have not been able to complete a pass and gain a yard here on this drive, so it remains 3rd down and 10. And the play clock running down, so McGee has to hustle in to the field of play to try and snap this football off. Down to 2 seconds on the play clock. They do just get the snap off. Now McGee will roll out to his right. He breaks 1 tackle, fakes the pass, still on his feet, across midfield, inside the 40, inside the 35, inside the 30, inside the 20, still on his feet, all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Unreal.
Looks like that was Jacob Cox that had a chance to make the play in the backfield, and another big play for Indianapolis Tech. The only thing McGee did wrong on that was didn't get out of bounds.
Yeah.
But the clock does stop temporarily to allow the chains to move. 3:11 to go, and Indianapolis Tech with a golden chance to get right back in this game.
And we've been talking about how well he moves in the pocket, how elusive he is, and there we see it again with a massive gain here late in the 4th quarter.
Inside of 3 minutes to go now as the clock restarts, following the chains being reset. 1st and 10, Indianapolis Tech. They have it at the Logansport 17-yard line. Pass is complete to Chateau in the flat. Breaks 1 tackle, and he's gone. 5. Touchdown, Elijah Chateau. 17-yard touchdown pass with 2:42 to go. And the Titans right back in this game.
Man, that fumble.
Oh, that's huge. That's huge. It may not cost the Berries because they still have a chance, but the Titans with all 3 of their timeouts left. So Logansport will have to get at least a 1st down. So we'll have to wait and see. So 2-point conversion, which could make it from a 3-point game to a 1-point game. And potentially a field goal could win it, although we've seen Tech not even attempt a kick so far tonight. But you never know if push comes to shove. A field goal could win it if they can complete this 2-point conversion. McGee in at quarterback. Back to pass. Got plenty of time. Now fakes the pass. He's got a man open. The pass is underthrown and it is incomplete. And McGee runs off the field upset with himself because he had a man open in the back of the end zone. But that's tough when you're rolling out to your left to make a throw across your body, especially when you're a backup quarterback.
And so you would think Tech will go with an onside kick here?
I would think so, with all 3 of their timeouts left. And especially based on the way Morrow's been able to kick it, he's not been able to get a great deal of distance on his kicks anyway. So,
and that wet ball is hard to catch.
Yes, it sure is. So the Berries look like they were in a great opportunity to get out of here with a win, but a costly turnover and a couple of big plays and Indianapolis Tech scores a touchdown. It is 27-24 with 2:42 to go, and I believe the Titans have all 3 of their timeouts left. And for entertainment purposes only, you're awfully close to your pregame score prediction, though.
Yeah.
I think you had it 30-27.
I did.
So. Now the pessimist in me says if Tech scores a touchdown, it would be 30-20. Missed the 2-point, it'd be 30-27. So you could be right and wrong at the same time.
I hope not.
Yes. And there's the only time you ever say that. So 2:42 to go. And we do have a final score from the pit. Pioneers 78 and Caston nothing. So the Panthers remain undefeated, 4-0, and the Comets fall to 0-4. And now Pioneer will have, I believe, 3 consecutive road games. So I think that's why homecoming came so early for Pioneer this season, because they've got 3 in a row on the road. Now we got a stoppage of play, and Coach Johnson will call a timeout. And I think this is a great call from Coach Johnson because, like you mentioned, these wet conditions. I don't know if they've faced an onside kick all season anyway. So I'm sure they practiced it many times. But as you know, you just can't simulate real life game situations all the time.
And they may have had 12 people on the field, I just heard.
Okay.
Yeah, coaches over there say so. Nice catch if that's what it was.
Wow. So, again, these are the kind of mistakes that I know that just drive a coaching staff crazy. So, with 2 minutes and 42 seconds to play, it is Logansport 27, Indianapolis Tech 24. And Joshua Morrow to attempt what the Berries at least are expecting to be an onside kick.
And the most important thing here, no matter what, is we secure the football and we do not fumble no matter what happens, especially, you know, if it does make it back to like the second row or whatever. You don't want to try to do too much. You don't want to try to make a, you know, a 30-yard play if it's not there. Just make sure you don't fumble the football.
Yep, the Berries take care of the football. They've got it. And get maybe one first down. They got a chance to get out of here with a win, but I think that turnover changed the entire complexion of this fourth quarter. And credit Indianapolis Tech for making the play and then cashing in offensively following that turnover. So Joshua Morrow, Berries off that 10-yard mark. Morrow will take a high kick. And the pass is caught by Drake McLaughlin. He's tackled immediately, but as you mentioned, Steve, the most important thing is to secure that ball, which he did. And Logansport has it first down and 10 at the 32-yard line. And a good job by Morrow to kick it high and allow his coverage team to get down there and make a tackle immediately. With 2:39 to play.
And you know, every play here, you know, Tech's going to be trying to strip the ball. So you got to hold on to that wet ball tight.
And why not? How about going back to Garrett Barron on a quarterback keeper and that quick hitter up the middle? That worked pretty well the couple times they've ran it. Now pitch out to Grimaldo around the right side. He's got both hands on the ball, and he is tackled right at the line of scrimmage, and the Titans will take their first timeout. They will have 2 left with 2:33 to go. But Grimaldo realized the importance of that football as well. He wasn't worried about gaining any yardage. He knew the most important thing is ball security. No gain on the play.
And he fumbled one earlier in the game. Coach Johnson let him know about it, I'm sure he's thinking about that.
So second down and 10. Evan Vizcarra will be the signal caller on this play. The Berries on top 27-24. Good news, we'll be out of here before midnight, but the way that first quarter and a half was going, I wouldn't put money on that. But it's been a long night, but a fun night of football here at Logansport Memorial Hospital Stadium.
Yeah, it really has.
As the rain continues to fall, albeit not as hard as it was earlier, but not too many of these fans have left, so it's going to be a nice ride home for these fans to get out of these elements. It's hard to believe just a couple of days ago it was as hot and humid as we had it all summer, and a real live fall day here just 48 hours later.
I tell you what, it's nice.
Yes, it sure is. So the Pioneer Panthers, congratulations to Coach Berry and his squad to improve to 4-0 with a 78-0 victory, a successful homecoming for the Panthers with 3 consecutive road games after this. The Berries with a couple of road games after this, at McCutcheon next Friday and at Marion on the 21st, on the first day of fall.
And haven't had a cast score for a while. Last we heard at the end of 3, Tipton was up 27-15. That was 44 minutes ago.
Okay. Grimaldo in motion. The handoff to Tucker Platt inside. He's got some running room across the 35. Gets pushed forward to about the 38. Tech will take their second timeout. So third down and 4, but a good run that time from Tucker Platt. And credit that offensive line with a good surge. So the offense comes over to the sideline once again to talk to Coach Johnson on a key third down and 4. With the Titans down to 1 timeout left, if the Berries can convert here on third down, they can hold on to the ball. They can get that victory. But this is not going to be easy on 3rd and 4.
And we do have a final. Tipton does defeat Lewis Cass Kings 27-15, and that makes Tipton 4-0 on the season.
So the Lewis Cass Kings fall to 2-2, and they've lost to a couple of pretty solid ball clubs in Pioneer and Tipton, sandwiched around a couple of victories against McConaughey and Benton Central. But the good news for the Kings fans is they don't have to play football on Saturday like they had last week. So I'm sure they would much rather prefer the victory tonight. But
and that's a loss to a tough team.
Oh, it certainly is, especially on their field. That's not an easy place to play. And it's not been an easy place to play here tonight with the elements, with this rain that has been falling all night long.
I mean, it's been constant.
Yes, it has not.
There's been no let-up.
No stoppage at all. It was sprinkling when we first arrived here, And by the time kickoff rolled, it started to rain a little bit harder, and it has not stopped raining here. So here we go, 3rd down and 4 for the Berries. McLaughlin in motion. Keeping it himself is Barron. He is close to the line to the first down. We'll have to see. Wait for the spot. Well, he is very close.
Man, that was a nice run.
It sure was. The clock is stopped, I believe, temporarily. So Tech may be able to save that last time out, as they may call for a measurement. We'll see. Based on it, and the official will call for a measurement. And based on where that one is and where the sticks are, I think the Bears are going to be just short. So it looks like the yard marker was just on the other side of the 42, and the football was on the short side of the 42, but we'll have to wait and see and sort it all out. And of course, the Titans are right there. They want to see this measurement. This is a huge moment in this contest as they stretch it out. And it is a first down for Logansport. And the Titans do not like that spot at all.
No, they don't.
It looked like, quite frankly, the Bears might have gotten a good spot on that one. But, again, credit Garrett Barron and that offensive line for pushing it forward. So the Titans, I believe, have 1 timeout left. And now once the chains get reset, the clock will start. And it does. So Logansport, with 20 seconds to go on the play clock, and let this clock run inside of 2 minutes before they snap this one. And I'm sure that's what Coach Johnson is asking his quarterback to do. As Evan Vizcarra is at the line of scrimmage, still plenty of time to snap this ball. 1st and 10, Logansport at their own 42-yard line. Hand off to Drake McLaughlin around the left side, and they are trying to strip the ball, and he's got 2 hands around that football. Great job by McLaughlin holding on to the ball. They're still trying to take it out of his hands, and he will not let it go. And he got 2 yards out of it, too. So, and then Indianapolis Tech will take their final timeout with 1 minute and 52 seconds to go. On a long night here at Logansport Memorial Hospital Stadium, but it'll be well worth it if the Bears can get out of here with a win.
And really, you know, we've talked about the mistakes, the penalties throughout this game, but, you know, and the fumbles that both teams have had, but still, this would be a really nice win for the Berries. And there's been a lot of things go well this game, too.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, man. So Marion 53-0 win over Anderson. So Marion just continues to roll.
Marion now 4-0 on the season, and we will see just how good that Marion team is in a couple of weeks. And it's just a remarkable turnaround from where they were just a few short years ago.
Yeah.
So credit the Giants with a resurgence in their football program. And we saw Anderson a year ago. That was a pretty talented Anderson team, that, if memory serves. So don't know how much they lost to graduation. So 2nd down and 8. So the Berries, I'm sure it's not big time for victory formation, but definitely ball security is paramount here on this 2nd down and 8 play. In motion now is Grimaldo. Barron rolls out to his right. Looks like it's a design quarterback run the whole way, and he will slide forward near midfield. And that was a good play call that time from Coach Johnson.
That was a good baseball slide there. He still took some hit, but smart play by QB1.
Yep, absolutely. No question about it. And a good job by the Bears as they put a receiver out into the pattern to make it.
Yeah, and he was open.
And he was open.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Garrett probably would have had to walk home if he had thrown that pass in that situation. So he gets a gain out to midfield. The clock continues to run down to 1:14 to play. Play clock inside of 10 seconds. So Logansport has to hustle to get this one snapped. They got to hurry down to 2, down to 1, and they're going to get a delay of game penalty. And boy, that's just another huge penalty for Logansport. It's a delay of game. It stops the clock, and it moves it back 5 yards. So that 3rd and 2 now becomes 3rd and 7. And that is at least the 3rd critical penalty the Berries have had on a 3rd down here tonight.
And the thing is, you know, if you did have to punt, I mean, Tech's made a lot of big plays in this game.
Yes,
you don't want to leave anything to chance at this point.
And even the snap back to the punt is a sure thing in these wet conditions.
So that 1st down would have really been big for the Berries and definitely would have sealed this game. Still, you got the chance. You're sitting here at 3rd and 7. You know, you got 2 chances here. let's take care of business right now.
Yep. So I'm sure the Berries will keep us on the ground. So 3rd down and 7, and now we got an equipment with some athletic tape. And now Coach Johnson, yeah, we haven't been here. Timeout called by Coach Johnson. He just wants to make absolutely sure that the Berries do not turn the ball over on this play. If you lose 5 yards or 6 yards, that's okay, because the clock will continue to run, and we're already down to 1:01 to go. So that will leave very little time for the Titans.
And you saw him walk out there to the quarterback just to make sure that he knew what he wants him to do on this play.
Yep. Logansport 27, Indianapolis Tech 24, 1 minute and 1 second to play. As the Berries look to get to 3-1 on the season and get the first conference victory of the season. We thought this would be a competitive game. These two teams seem to always play good games. We saw it last year at Indianapolis Tech. The Berries won that one 24-20.
It doesn't matter what sport it is either. Seems like the basketball games are always classics too.
Yep, that game at Indianapolis Tech last year, that was an intense game.
Yeah.
The Berries able to get out of there with a victory. So here we go, 1 minute and 1 second to play here in the 4th. Indianapolis Tech trailing Logansport 27-24. The Berries have it 3rd down and 7 from their own 45-yard line. They need to get the Indianapolis Tech 48 to get a first down. 1 first down will get the win. Secure the win. Now handoff to Tucker Platt. Breaks the tackle. He is going to be stopped short of the first down, though, at the 48-yard line. And for some reason, the officials decided to stop the clock. I'm not sure why he did that, but they got it restarted. So the Tech Titans coaching staff are complaining that they've got 40 seconds on the play clock instead of 25, so that's big. So it's going to be 4th down and 4, but still plenty of time on that play clock, down to 15 seconds, so they don't have to snap it for several more seconds. As Jacob Cox is ready to punt this ball away.
There's about a 7-second difference.
Now we're going to get a stoppage of play, I believe. I'm not sure what the discussion is. Coach Johnson will take a timeout. And our long night here at Logansport Memorial Hospital Stadium continues as the rain continues to fall.
So we are going to punt, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as you can, you definitely don't want to give it up on the punt return. That's the big thing.
Yep, maybe even tell Jake, just kick it out of bounds. If directionally kick it, don't. Yeah, I would. Don't kick it to a receiver. Just kick it out of bounds. With 14.5 seconds to play, we've seen those athletes on Tech with some big plays that have led to all 4 of their touchdowns, 2 directly and 2 indirectly. By and large, that Logansport defense has done a pretty good job, aside from a few big plays. It's our chief statistician, Blake Isaacs. We'll see if he doesn't take us off the air. And he succeeded, so congratulations. 14.5 seconds to play in the 4th. Logansport 27, Indianapolis Tech 24. The Berries have it 4th down and 4. And Jacob Cox in to punt it away. And Chateau and Allen, 2 dangerous return men back for the Berries. We'll see if Jacob Cox just keeps it away from those return men. Need a good snap, obviously. Snap is good. Cox comes up with it, and he does kick it out of bounds. So that's a very smart play by Jacob Cox and a pretty decent roll as well. So only about 20 yards in net punt, but all things considered, that's as well as can be expected for the Berries, as they do not allow the big play. And we have 7.5 seconds to play, so time for Indianapolis Tech to run 1 play, maybe 2.
Yeah.
But we see a serious prevent defense with Grimaldo and Trujillo and Vizcarra about 30 or about 40 yards off the line of scrimmage.
And you know they're going to try to throw the ball down the field, but you still got to watch this quarterback. He could take off for a 50-yard run.
Oh yeah, watch out for the lateral and all sorts of things.
Yeah.
So, the Tech with 1 play left, maybe 2. McGee back to pass. Got plenty of time. Got a man open. The pass is almost intercepted. It is incomplete. It will fall to the ground. And 0.5 of a second left, and we got an injured Berry slow to get up. We'll have to wait and see. And hitting
somebody in the secondary.
Mm-hmm. And he's in a
Juan is up.
Is it Skylar Trujillo? He's in a great deal of pain. He's
he
able
did
to get
stand up.
Yep, he's able to get up under his own power and walk it up. So that's the good news is okay. The bad news is that's one of the Berries' key players in the secondary, which they need here with 0.5 of a second to go. So one last play for Indianapolis Tech.
And the way this game's went, you can't take anything for granted.
Absolutely not. So we'll see. Vizcarra is in. So is there a penalty on the play? We've got a holding penalty.
It looks like it, yeah.
On Indianapolis Tech, so that will move them back. So that, the Tech coaches didn't see a flag. I never saw a flag. We were more concerned with the play down the field and the injury to Trujillo. So the ball spotted now at the 23-yard line. So the last play of the game, barring a defensive penalty on the Berries. And now Indianapolis, I'm not sure. Now they're pointing. I'm not sure. As the officials are like, we want to be here for 3 full hours, and we're only here for 2 hours and 55 minutes. So we want that 3-hour mark. Can we get it? We'll wait and see.
I don't know what's going on, Coach or Mr. Strong. He's on the radio.
Yeah.
We got officials yelling stuff. We got coaches yelling stuff.
I don't think last night's game lasted this long between the Eagles and the Falcons. I'm just saying, and that's 15-minute quarters. So here, potentially the last play of the game with 1.5 seconds ago. That was the stoppage. They put an extra second on the clock. McGee is rolling out, and he is going to be sacked, and that will do it. A big play by Brandon Goodman, I believe, to make the play on the final play and give Indianapolis Tech all sorts of credit, Steve, with their backup quarterback and their backup running back.
Yeah.
They very nearly came in and stole this one here from the Berries.
Yeah, impressive job by Tech. You got to hand it to them, and a big win here for the Berries to put them at 3-1, Joe.
Yep. So our final score, Logansport 27, Indianapolis Tech 24. We'll step aside for a break and be back with more from Logansport.